Okay. All right. I sound okay for the time being, but just okay. Oh, today's gonna be a day. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. We have 15 visits ahead of us this week, and maybe it was a mistake for me to have queued up so much, but it's not like I knew what was going to happen. Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. I hope everyone's doing well. It is Tuesday. It is reset day. Don't forget to check your vaults and see if you got any cool stuff. I did happen to actually get cool stuff because I've sinned. I broke my personal promise to myself, and I ran a key. Damn. As if it's like against the law or something like that. So yesterday, I think it was. The other day, Gil was like, hey dude, I have like a 10. Who wants to run it? And I was like, okay, I've been wanting to run at least one key, because there's that quest that you get when you're doing delves, and you get like a cracked keystone thingamajigger. You pick it up, and then you're told to do like just any level key, and you'll get some myth crests out of it. I'm like, okay, I really want to get like some myth crests because I just need a little bit more so I can craft a myth crafted, a myth level crafted thingamajig. And so I'm like, all right, I'll go ahead and do this one. And then, it happens to be a 10. I'm like, oh, it's a 10? All right, fine, we'll do a 10. So we did it, and we missed time, actually. We barely missed time. And it's mostly because we didn't have a bloodlust person, or we didn't have drums either. Which is kind of like, okay, let's just see how we do, time it or not. And I was like, oh, we actually did pretty damn good. We definitely could have timed it on our own if we just, were more confident. If we believed in ourselves a little more, then we would have been fine. So how did the weekend go? The Race to World First happened over the weekend, and it was entertaining. I was pleased with the spectacle and like the back and forth. So it turned out to be a pretty cool race. It had some twists and turns for like those who were there. I happened to be watching at the time when Liquid was like, okay, oh yeah, shit, 3%, 2%, oh my god. And then you see like the team going, let's fucking go, blah blah. And then it's like, wait a minute, no, there's a secret phase. Yeah, there's a secret phase to the mythic version of the Lura fight, and it just kind of like, oh, people just melted. Oh, like the memes were huge. Viewership was at an all-time high from the looks of it. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of people who were like, half people, people were watching both streams, both the Liquid and the Echo streams. But no, eyes were on stuff. Folks were, it was a spectacle. It was a spectacle. And you know what? My mind has changed. In fact, and people are going to cringe at this, I don't mind if there happens to be a super hard version of the game during the super hard version of the last bosses or whatever of the season for like a couple of weeks. I mean, I'm so far away from it, it's not going to matter to me one way or another because I don't do Mythic anyway. But it's just kind of nice to see like that sort of show being put up, as a celebration of, okay, welcome to the raid, folks. But then ultimately what people are going to actually experience is not going to be anything like, it's not going to be like nearly that bad. And the top teams have said it themselves. They're all like, okay, yeah, if this is for normal people, they're fucked. So I guess I don't, yeah, it sounds weird because it's like, oh man, dude, so you're literally catering to the 1%. But it's also like just this, like, to me, it's also this exhibition show that those folks, top gamers and whatnot, they can sweat over, they can make their whole industry around it and blah, 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 blah. But for us, it's just a show. And so I don't mind it so much, but I think it's because I'm so far removed from it that I don't care as much. So that's just one take. It doesn't mean jack, all right? As a mythic cutting edge rare, enjoy the first 3 weeks being super tuned to 1% and gets nerfed major by the time most skills get. Yeah, so it's like, you know, now the folks who are trying to be like top 10 and all that stuff, you know, for them, I think I was hearing about China, who did manage to get past the first boss of the last raid, and then they were trying to start progressing on Lura, but they couldn't really get very far because they didn't have, like, I guess they didn't have the expertise for someone to write an add-on that can do the things that the Liquid and Echo teams did. So, like, I think the biggest one that they used was the one for, like, okay, you're assigned like you're assigned like a symbol thing that it goes on top of your head, and then people need to line themselves up in a certain way. Cons can do it. It's just really tough. It's a lot easier for the people who have so the whole idea is people are going to be assigned a thing, and then they need to announce it on their own. Hey, here's a thing. But it's easier for them to like use a macro, and the macro will be read by an add-on that these teams wrote, and the add-on will just read the chat, and it'll show like the symbol on this little UI thing as to like what the order is, and then people will line up according to that. So that's how that would work. So it's not automatic. It's just a faster way of communicating via macros. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but that was like the biggest tool that was used for that last boss. And you know, people were like, "Oh my god, it's happening," you know. So that's the breakdown. Because some people, I think they thought that it was like an automatic thing, but it is a tool that is, you know, I don't know if it's going to be made available. I think it is. I'm not sure. I gotta select new endeavor. Okay, yeah, I'll do that right now. I was thinking about that too. I was like, okay, I think there's like supposed to be a new endeavor thingamajig coming out. So yeah, let's do that. So I have a cold. I got a cold. I blame my brother-in-law. My wife blames herself, but I blame my brother-in-law because he was like outwardly sick with symptoms and stuff over the weekend because he came up for the weekend. So yeah, she blames herself. I refuse. I reject. It's his fault. So we'll see how well I do today. I intend to go through through the 5 visits. If it happens to not work out, I apologize to those who I miss out on, and I'll defer it to like later. But I'm gonna do my best and get through stuff. And can I even get to the neighborhood? We'll see. No, thank you, dude. So like, I gotta do some stuff. Like I picked up some meds yesterday as like a just in case thing, and then I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh man, I'm not feeling so great. So I need to go back out and get some soup and all that too. I have some soup. I have soup for today, but I want to get some stuff like sooner than later. You know what I mean? Yeah, both streams up for the win. Nice. Let me say hi to people real quick. Oh, I don't see anyone from YouTube saying anything. Anyone from YouTube, just say like what's up real quick, and just in case, I want to make sure that the stream is going okay there. What is up to Ravens? You're the first person to say hi. Hey. What is up to Fellstorm? And actually, were they the first? Actually, hold on. Yeah, they were. Okay. What is up to Fell? What's up to Dartazo? Thanks for subbing, dude. Thanks to hello to Mysteria, and to Andy, and to Dragon, to Pugdrock and Puddle Jumper. What's up to Grisgold and Arcadius, to Easem and Boomer. Hello to Mel Venue and Morphiana. What's up to Silver Maiden, to Driven Insane. Hello to Mondo. Hey, what's up, buddy? And to the rest of y'all, the beautiful digital spawn face are going to join us about today. Hope everyone's doing good. And it's good to be here. And oh, I can't get to the thing. Oh no. Okay, let me try manually going there then. Yeah, I gotta at least start the So here's what I might do. I might actually delay the visits because I might want to, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I want to try and go to the neighborhoods and just do a quick showcase of like, boom, here are the rewards. Boom, 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 boom. Might do that. Yeah, just so I can feel like I'm making videos and stuff. Like, I wasn't feeling so good. Like, I've cut and set up all of the visits that I did with the Cozy Key. and so they're going to be slowly distributed on the other channel once I'm able to like get that thing going. And I ain't going nowhere. Yo, what's up? Okay, yeah, it's not happening, dude. Oh, you know, I think I might have. Okay, let me see if I think I have a character who is in the house, but then I'm not. I have to be. It has to be my main, right? Because I'm GM. So let me try going there anyway. Let's see what happens. That and the kick counter for the ads. Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah. How many times did those ads need to be kicked? That's a lot. Kind of crazy. All right, so but yeah, that's me. That's the today version of me. I'm like, oh, it's all good. If the race wants to be all like just nasty at the start. Now it sucks for like those who are like lower on the totem pole, so to speak. They won't be able to experience that version of the fight. So it's like, oh, it does have that feeling of, oh, it's being made just for them. But it's a fun show. I don't know. You're stuck at 100% low. Okay, so it might just be busted. Cool. Thanks, Falcor. That's darling of you, dude. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, because what I want to do, I want to be able to choose the neighborhoods. I want to be able to look at the neighborhood. I'm sure there's a video already out there that's doing it, but I want to do it anyway. Just because I want to react real quick and like be like, ooh, look. How to manage to break housing? I don't know, dude. It's Tuesday. Shit happens, man. Relax. All right. Keep the play it blade. Yeah, no kidding, dude. No kidding. Ooh. All right. So actually, if I can't visit any houses at all, I'm kind of fucked, right? Now that I think about it, that's how sick I am right now. So if I can't visit any houses, then I can't visit any houses. I'm kind of screwed, which kind of sucks. There is always that possibility, right? There's always that possibility of oh yeah, wait. I need to go to EU realms first anyway. Brilliant. Okay, so sorry, US realms, you're busted. So let's see you. Eurotown. There is one visit that we're doing on EU realms. Go figure. Which is kind of sad though, just one. Kind of a bummer, right? Kind of a bummer. Death things back you found in the neighborhoods. Got them. And I think I'm actually at the house already too. Those gosh darn maintenance is. So many people going housing doing the weekly quest, so buggy now. You got your house okay? Okay. Well, I'm sure it'll be fun once we get there. But I do need to take care of this first. So guild will have to wait and see and suffer for a little bit. Sorry, guys. So actually, we could probably start a little early. And again, there might be a chance where I'll be like, guys, I'm just not feeling it. We're gonna go ahead and stop early and blah blah blah. And but for now, I'm functional. We'll keep going. But yeah, the big thing though, if I can't deliver the kind of presentation or deliver the energy that I want to give, then yeah, I'm not going to force it out. That would be that'd be a disrespect on the efforts that people put into building these houses. So kind of messed up. Where's my list? There's my list. Boop. No, that one. Okay, well, I need to change my buttons here. Actually, no, I don't. No time to do that. It'll be fine. Servers are up, but they're not stable. They're not great. Well, they're and is getting DDoS because someone's pissed off. Look, no, I don't think it's that. If anything, the DDoS would happen during the race. That would be the play. All right, so we're recording. I should be pretty good on hard drive space. I moved stuff just yesterday, I think. Yep, we're fine. Yes. All right, folks, welcome to Macho Mage's Place. We're over in Founders, and we have this cool little spread right over here with some branding. AWF. AWF, American Wildlife Foundation. No. All Wargans fornicating. No, that is American Wrestling Federation. Maybe, well, we'll see. Whatever the case, though, despite the rain, we got a sellout crowd who's watching this band or listening to this band play. So let's take a quick look at this whole stage setup. Really nice spread, nice and clean, and it has like some proper branding right over here. We start off with this tent, but then they use blocks to help shape it. Some void stuff on the inside. Notice how, okay, the rain is getting through here, which is kind of a shame, but we got our instruments going. Oh, they even have like the new kind of, so they have like the barrel setup, but they also have the void table to create like a little bit of a, extra special effects and what have you. Very cool. The harp is sitting on top of an easel. Well, actually, I forgot the name of this instrument. That's the big harp, but that's like the little baby harp. That's kind of all I got there. We got the cool drum sets, complete with metal barrels as well. And 3 mics. Ooh. Okay. Actually, I'm sure if we had like guitars out here too, if we had the budget to have a guitar out here, then we have like a couple dudes on here. Here's where like the front man is, maybe like another guitarist or bassist or whatnot. Pretty cool. Now, as for how it's dressed, it looks as if those are like shelves. I think those might be shelves that are just flipped onto the side or whatever. Rugs are skinned on top of it to help round it out. And in the back here, you have the big old gong thing, but then there's also some additional stuff. There are the little Arakoa danglies. I don't know what they are, actually. I don't know what they're called. Little Arakoa danglies. But it's kind of cool because it gives that whole animated look of the eyes looking, they're kind of darting to the left and right, which is pretty sick. Bit more branding with a Nixia's head. Some string lights and all that. That's cool. That's cool. That's a cool little stage. Place for Puppy on the side. AWF. So it's probably like some, I don't know, MMA or wrestling sort of thing. We'll see what's going on inside. Yeah, it's cool. There's like an outside stage. It's pretty sick. So the description says arena. And I think that's what we're going to expect. So we got, again, strong branding with the whole AWF signage right up front. Looks like a check-in desk with a check-in person, actually. Let's take a look at the person here. So we got this, it's a void table that's being used. And again, very, very strong use of the different enchanting glyphs that are available. So let me take a look at this guy. So it looks like it's using, oh, I didn't realize that there was a void target dummy thing. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. I did not know that there was one. I thought this was like a whole bunch of different kit bash stuff, but no, it's just like one thing. That's neat. That's neat. Azeroth Wrestling Federation. You know, that's a lot more convincing. I'll take that. But yeah, strong on the purples. Notice that the spaces are huge. So it has that kind of, you know, they're, oh, and look at it, double doors. So it's delivering on that arena feel. It's got to be spacious because you have to see like large crowds, big lines or whatnot of people who are like checking in or buying tickets or what have you. So there's like left, right, no sign of the actual arena thing yet. So we'll go this way first, as usual. And what do we have first? We have this kind of lobby eatery. So this is kind of like before we actually go in. It's almost as if it's like a concession stand or whatnot, like at a movie theater or whatnot. But instead, for an arena. So notice how things are skinned really tight. Like you have rugs that are all over the ground. You have like what are probably, I can't tell, but probably rugs that are skinning pretty much all the walls around here. Pretty sick. Now notice here you have like this entire back area that's using beams to draw the separations. Also the void tables once again. And then back here we got like our whole wine bar with all the setups. Very nice. Mugs and wine glasses and everything. We have like the different guard here. And then right back here, we're just serving some random fixins and foods and whatnot with the dry pantry behind us. Right here, we got the coffee bar. My kind of stuff. Oh, sorry about that. Try to make my way over. And here we have the coffee bar. Sick. Notice we have the overhead lighting that's here. It's not producing like a strong light, but then you can see how it's producing this blue light over most of this area. And then here we have what looks like kind of like a little swag, right? Little gift shop. So we got plushies, we got little shiny stuff, animated things, notably the plushies. Heck yeah, dude. And it's being sold by, yeah, it's kind of funny. They're using these different kinds of like target dummies, effigies and whatnot to create pseudo NPCs as if there's like activity going on. I think that works. That's good. More places to eat and sit. Fun for the whole family, right? And then here's like where we'll like go in. We'll try to go in, but I think I want to explore like the other end too. So here's where we will like actually like put in our tickets and everything. Check out like the I don't know if these are supposed to be like, okay, here's like different fighters who have been celebrated as we're like going through. Here's like one last bit of like food to take over to the arena seating. Of course, we got like a couple drinks as well. And I'm gonna wait till I go in because I think I want to go to the other side too. Because at some point we're gonna reach the arena spot, but I want to see what's going on the other end too. I want to see if I can successfully lead our way into like the grand reveal of like the arena stage. Because like there's like more EV stuff here too. So here, it's the same thing, right? Coffee, fixins, drinks, plushies. Yeah, it's literally the same thing. Okay, that's fair, right? That's fair because you want to take care of like the whole overflow of folks. You don't want to funnel everyone into like one spot when they're coming out or going in or whatever. All right, so that's smart. It's good for the whole logistical side of things, and it makes the visit a little bit faster because we're looking at like the same stuff. But really well done though. So right now, like layout wise, we have like this whole idea of like, okay, entrance, side stuff going around. And so now I suspect we're going to be going into the arena proper in just a moment. Yeah, so we have like all our snacks and whatnot. Again, the branding with like all the different votes. So they went out and bought additional copies of these paintings and what have you. Look really good when they're sized up. And we'll see the grand reveal of oh, wow. Ooh, this is good. Oh, wow. Damn. Look at the scale of this, dude. Wait, actually, I think the scale is small. These are I'm a little bit yeah, yeah, these are really, really tight seats. So I think this is meant to be scaled for the visual like effect. So dude, check, wow. That's good. Oh, that's really good. I would love to like know just how many chairs are being used here. Just so we can like see like how big the seated arena is, right? So obviously this is a very large room. I suspect it's a large room. Um and oh, this setup is sick. This is a really, really good setup. But let's look at how the construction of this works. So we got beams, 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 beams. Notice how they're like kind of like half, as if we're going up like a set of stairs. And then each level, we have chairs. There's very, very, very little room to like kind of like maneuver your way into like each seat. But yeah, dude, the scale of this is mighty impressive. That looks really, really good. I think I saw this featured on socials. I think I saw the Warcraft channel. Yeah, the Warcraft channel was forwarding this on socials. Oh, dude, this scope of this is really awesome, dude. That's so good. That's hella cool. Yeah, notice we're in this vaulted room. Yeah, just so that way we can have like that much more space to like fit more stuff. But now let's take a look at some of the other stuff here. So we got our ring, which is comprised of what looks like just multiple tables. Um, yeah, they look like multiple tables that are sort of like brought together. They connect with these with the pipes here, and the clip is pretty minimal. So it's very, very impressive. I love the shaping of how this ring is set up. Yeah, that's sick. We have Barala string lights for the ropes. We have rugs to help skin this area, but then it's lowered enough so that you can keep the shaping here. Fantastic. Right on the sides here, the turnbuckles or whatever, I think they're called. Those are like little pillows or sacks or what have you. Very well made. Really, really well made. Yeah, that's sick, dude. That is sick. And I'll be right back. Jeez. Okay, so so quick story. My sister, she sells crystals. She sells crystals, rocks, little sculptures and stuff like that. Um, but she has deliveries sent here because this place is a lot better for shipping, as in it's less likely that stuff will get stolen from like the front of the porch or whatever. So the dude making the delivery this time, he's like, yeah, so I have a pallet of stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? You have a pallet? He's like, yeah, and it's not gonna fit through this doorway over here to like go inside your house. I'm like, this woman. All right, let's see it. And it's not that big. It's not like this huge thing. It was funny because when the FedEx dude, when he led me over to the truck, I'm looking and I was like, holy fuck. And he's like, no, it's that one over there. I'm like, oh, thank fucking God. Um, but yeah, I needed to be there to like, have him bring everything in. So yeah. What an interruption that was. So, but since I'm in this interrupted mode, I can just kind of like hold off and, you know, have a drink and relax and wait. So, yeah. Dude, this woman, palette. That's a lot of stuff. All right. Her shop must be, no, yeah, they must be doing well. Sheesh. All right. Where was I? We were going around. But yeah. All right, so we're going down and we're looking at like, the area surrounding the ring is super deadly. So imagine this. Imagine fighters doing their thing. They're doing their show. Oh, I'm sorry, never mind. Wrestling is real. They're doing their epic fight. They get knocked out of the ring, and then they're out here. They're doing stuff, dude. If they get knocked against these Pandaran walls, this is straight up stone. Boom. You'll get totally tore up if you're like fighting over here. Now I'm noticing the floors. The floors are comprised of something. It's hard to tell, but it's an effort to create, a solid, kind of a solid color, but also, I guess with respect to there being okay, these are like kind of mats, so it's meant to maybe create this whole feel of okay, these are like these squared foam mats of some sort. Maybe we're trying to create that shape because it works out. And otherwise, there are other ways that you can create this, these kind of like solid colors. But maybe that's the effect that they're going for, and it works out. I think that helps. So our announcers table, we gotta have that, of course. And then we have what looks like multiple void tables that are helping to round this out. It's kind of cool though because they're sticking with this whole purple theme, so it has it kind of comes off as the vibe of the managers are like the dominar and they're the ones who are like getting these fighters to like come in and beat the crap out of each other. And then here's where the announcer person is. They even have the armillary to like kind of set the mood. Too bad they're not here to like change the lighting to like something else, but even then, like the natural lighting that we get out of here, pretty sick. And then note the overhead stuff going on here. We just have like multiple lanterns of different types, as well as the goblin spotlights to help illuminate the stage. Pulls it off pretty darn good. I think I've seen other places where they have like monitors, like here in the middle, they'll have like this whole thing with like screens and everything to so the people in the nosebleed they'll be able to like see what's going on screen. But what I really like here is just like the whole scaling of things. They did a really good job of making it feel like this larger arena, and it's mostly thanks to just making these feel small. Now they could have made it even smaller to create a whole diorama sort of look, where it's like okay, it's totally non-functional for us as players, but it would just look like really sick. And then notice here, even when we're coming out, we have different shapes to kind of to round out like the way that we come in, as well as the railings here. More of these tables, they're being put to like really good use. Very sick. You also see the evidence of these tables continuing to be used as we do this climb. We even had the void table right up here. Dark portal, flanked by like light shows or lasers to kill people if they really wanted to do something like that. But yeah, the whole dressing back here, sick. Lots of room for like pyrotechnics and other fun stuff to fire things off. And then branding over there on the back too. Really neat. Really, really neat. And then you even have like some extra seating here. A couple like kind of front row seats, so that way when fighters are coming out, people be like, "Oh my god, touch my hand, please." That's sick. This is really cool. I love the spectacle of this single room. But now let's see what's going on back here. If there's like a backstage for the fighters or whatnot. And it looks like there kind of sort of is. So back here, not sure what's being described here. So maybe this is something for like the news announcers or what have you. Could be something like that. Or where like interviews are being done, something like, yeah, could be something like that. And let's see what's behind here. Now we have, so it's kind of like the locker room. So I think we're going into like the locker room spots, complete with like all the different, I guess, like, here's like all the different fighters that might be around here. And we'll go this way first. We'll see what's going on in the rest of the spot. Yeah, it could be like a press booth or whatnot. I'm going to go with locker room, though. Locker room behind the scenes. So, like, here's where, like, here's where, like, the Vince McMahon of the AWF is, like, back here. So here's where they're, like, wheeling and dealing and doing their sort of thing. Now, if I recall, especially with WWE, like, they definitely bring in like the whole behind the scenes. They kind of go beyond the fourth wall and try to make the whole business side of things into part of the show. And then here's definitely the locker room. Yeah, really well illuminated. I really dig this. So like they just like throw their stuff in. All these different lights are being set up. Never mind that they even stick up on top. It just looks decorative at this point. It's pretty cool. And then the bathroom right over here. Washroom, couple of stalls. Let's see how the stalls are looking. Very, very basic toilet. No kit bashing necessary here. But we got two. Hey. And that big old shower room. Now in this case, I think stuff just kind of like shoots out. Sort of like that. It's just something very basic to like describe the feel for folks. Then bathtub back here. Two bathtubs actually, with some minimal separation. So in this particular spot, they're just going for like minimal depictions of stuff. For the most part, we just kind of use our imaginations for the rest of it. The real spectacle was all the budget and all the effort went out to the arena. The rest of this stuff here is like, okay, let's just, throw some stuff together. Make a convincing, a full experience. Now back here, more locker rooms. So this could be like one side could be the ladies, one side could be the men's. We just have like this whole mirror image of like pretty much the same stuff. No, it helps to, yeah, awesome in its simplicity. I mean, they're like I said, they're just making for like a full experience, the entire stage area. And then here it happens to be like, oh, massage tables, nice. So on one end you've got like the whole, you got full bath. Over here, massage stuff, and like here's like some of the tools, the oils, the smacking tools, whatever. That does it too. Really cool spot, dude. Now this is an awesome depiction of a full-on wrestling experience. So here we go. We got to come out of here. So here's like the fighter. They like finish their interview and whatnot. They're being called onto stage. All right, and now for whatever your face is. And then you come out, people are like right over there. Oh my God, touch me, please. And then you're like, yeah, right over there. Go down the stage. You hop up, you do your fancy little leap onto the thing. Boom. And then there you go. Surrounded by the millions. And then you jump onto the stage. You're like, you get on top of the rope. People just, yeah. What a cool spectacle. What a cool experience. Very neat. Jump on the other side. Nice. Really nice. Yeah, what a cool experience. Thanks for showing us, dude. All right, so I'm going to pause real quick because I want to double check and see if we can do the whole Endeavor stuff. If we can do Endeavors, we're going to interrupt everything because I want to be able to shoot this whole Endeavor preview sort of thingy. That'll be fun. A lot of goals spent for all those chairs, I guess. Oh, no kidding, dude. That's a lot. Considering how much budget is in the arena, yeah, I'm not certain like how much budget a chair takes up. Is it like 1 or 3 or something like that? I'm not certain. Your Lions house is done public neighborhood had a different. Yeah, I'm gonna visit like multiples. So if there's like new ones, great. If there's not, then not so great. But we'll observe. We'll figure it out. Braun Cena. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I miss Braun Cena. He was the best. For a little while, we had Brand Cena. Hey. We had Brand Cena with the, oh God, what was it called? It was one of the special curio things. I forgot the name of it, but it was sick. The rig, yeah. That thing was awesome. All right. So let's see what choices we get. And even then, like, I don't get all the choices. So hear ye, what's up? It's no, that's what I get for being sick, dude. Hey, it's Soul with another video, and today we're going to take a look and do like kind of a live reaction as to what endeavors are available for this month. And yeah, let's get right into it. Like the video, subscribe for more stuff. Let's click and let's see, where's the thing? What endeavors do we have available? We have things that we've seen before. Okay. So we've got the art stuff, which I'm definitely not going to do again. We have Friend of the Grummels and Moderate Mechanization. Now, I guess to kind of like do like a whole behind the scenes, like what kind of decision making will we make? We've done Mechagon already, you know, so we did that. We've definitely done Artistic Aid, so I'm pretty much compelled to pick the Grummels. I also heard that the endeavors that I'm sorry, the helping out the neighborhood with the Grummels, it's like pretty easy. So we are coffee people this time around. Heck yeah. And just kind of as a preview for the sake of doing it, where is my vendor person? They are here somewhere. Maybe. Come on. There we go. So here's the Endeavor Trader. Let me see if there's like happens to be like any new stuff. Looks like no. It looks like there does not happen to be new stuff, which is fine by me. But let's also do a quick check on what sorts of other endeavors might be available, and hopefully the add-ons will work here. So I'll open my house finder, and we can kind of see, thanks to, oh boy, I need to get the name of this add-on as well. I forgot the name. That's not good. It is called, we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it together, friends. It's, I forgot. That's what editing's for. Where is it? I know it's like a shit. Autolooter, something, something, bug sack, housing endeavor. Nope. Damn. I could have swore there was oh. No, not Muse, no. Is it Vamoose? No, I'm not using that either. Wait, what am I using? Crap. Well, okay. Enhanced numbers? That's crazy. Okay, this happens sometimes where I don't know what add-on is helping me out. Is it Plumber? Maybe? Does Plumber do that too now? Dumptacore. I don't have a whole lot of housing add-ons. Is it Ludius? It might be Ludius. Jeez. Let's see, vendor. Okay, I only have the vendor item thing. Maybe it's Plumber. Sheesh. Housing. Catalog. Collected. Oh, so dump to core will do it too. Show house finder endeavors. Okay, cool. All right. So back to this again. All right, it took me a while to find out. It was dump to core that lets me see the different progressions from other endeavors. But more importantly, I'm able to see what kind of things are available. So reaching beyond, I think that one is Dracthea, right? Reaching beyond the something or other. Grummel's artistic aid, consortium. Okay. So I think we're seeing repeats. So we're not seeing like new stuff. Okay. So now it looks like the artistic aid is just being added to like a regular sort of rotation. And then the rest of it is just stuff that we've seen before. So from this, it looks like we're seeing Grummels, Elves, Mechagon, Dracthea, and Consortium. And there you have it. Those are the 5, right? Oh, well, okay, what's this one? Reaching beyond the thing. That's Dracthea, right? I'm just going to look because I'm not sure. Or is it Niffin? Yeah, let me see real quick. I'm pretty sure that's not the new one. Or it's not a new one. Yeah, it sounds like Dracthea. Boop. Yep, Dracthea. Yeah. Yep, definitely Dracthea. So there you have it. Those are the endeavors for the next, how long now? For the next 35 days. So have fun, folks. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy. I don't know if that'll be a video or not. So, whatever the case, though, we have our stuff. All right. Let's start heading over to other folks' places now. Since neighborhoods are look like they're working properly. Wondering if Niffin were left out this time. Oh, it looks like it. So like Niffin were left out. So who else is not included? Niffin were left out. I think it's just the one, right? Yeah, I think it's just the one. Now here's the other thing. Next, by the time we hit the next endeavor, we're gonna be on the 12.0.5. So it stands to reason that we could get new endeavors by then. So there we go. Yay. All right. Let's see, 30 minutes until 10. So we're good. All right. Let me let these down. Whoa. All right. I think we're good. All right, this is Looper's Place. We're now over at Razorwind, and we have this incredibly well-skinned house. Like, I don't know what, I mean, there's an orc house somewhere in there, or a blood elf house somewhere in there, but boy, it's not there. And I don't know where, I'm not quite sure what the structure is. It's quite large. It is rounded. It's really pretty looking. I love how this is done. So it looks like the bottom are like a bunch of Arkandors, right? So we have a bunch of Arkandor bases here. The front of the house, we have these elven tables that are like rounded out, carved in. Right here is some sort of Draenei structure of sorts. Two of them actually. There's like one here, and then there's another one here that is the greenhouse. The door itself is a banner. But dude, this is really, really pretty. Yeah, I think this is like, I think it's that fountain. It's just really hard to tell because boy, this is like really cleanly done. Yeah, so there's like, so I think what's happening here is, have we have like these kinds of fountains, but they're rotated in certain ways. So that way you can have like all of these different shapes coming together. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, the front of this spot is also like you have that rounded tree structure. You have some treasure chests of it. Dude, this is like really clean looking. I'm hugely impressed by how cool of a shape this is. God damn. Like just the front alone, like really, really pretty. It's super smart. Dude, I'm already blown away by this. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta figure that out because that looks so good. So from the looks of it, you can kind of see like I think some of these fountains are like some of these are right side up, others are upside down. To continue that rounded effect. Jeez, yeah, that's really really good. Good God. And like the way this comes down here, really really good. Green's coming out to fill out gaps. Yeah, very very clever setup. I'm very impressed. Sheesh. I'd say this is that's one of the most impressive like outsides that I've ever seen. And as soon as we go in, we're greeted by these garden knights. Is I guess how I'll look at them. Garden knights. It looks so cool. so so what they did, uh actually my character's looking kind of funny. Here we go. All right, there we go. So they took the garden gnomes and they skinned them. You know, so because otherwise they're like super small, but they pretty much hopped into like these suits. And what are they made out of? So the suits are made of we have like rug rolls. I'm sorry, we have cushions right here that are being used to make hands, and then baskets for feet. Multiple baskets. One basket there, one basket there for like the legs, and then feet right at the bottom. Very simple. Oh, and then there's the rug roll for like the arms. Yeah, that's sick, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. Like I showed a screenshot of this on socials, but this is my first time taking like a really good look at them. Great construction. Absolutely wonderful. So as we go in, we're going through this like nice little custom door. Just looks like just a big old table separated by what looks like paintings to make the shape. I mean, okay, there's actually a lot of construction that goes into here. So like here's like a table, some studs that are sticking out to be like door handles, and then it's dressed with with like a doorway, windows to brighten up the space, a little bit of a beam to create the base there. Very clean. And so, oh, actually, this is actually a stairwell room. So this whole area is like this kind of grand entrance. Check that out. Oh, what this is fantastic work. So check out the pillars. They're like climbing all the way up, to the top of that, supporting that top of that whole structure over here. Oh, wow. Okay, this is crazy detailed because you have the curved elven tables that are like coming out and they're touching together in this sort of V shape here as well as here. So you have this, wow, yeah, very impressive shape that's coming out. Trellis on the bottom to kind of like lower the entrance space there. And then the pillars, check out how the pillars work. So we have down here, not sure where the light source comes from. There's some sort of like base sort of structure here, but this looks like the upside down table. We have another one. This is a very popular choice that people have been utilizing to create like this whole pillar shape. Then it climbs up higher and higher. We have like what looks like maybe a barrel of some sort that's skinning the top of that. I love this shape though. This is super creative. Even the trellis is like shaped is warped around a little bit to create that sort of shape. I'm gonna love seeing more of it as we explore more and we get to that upper level. So here on this side, we have a door to somewhere over there, and then let's take a peek in here through this window real quick. So that's like some inside, I don't know, an apartment or something like that. But really well dressed windowsill. We have these tables that are being used as shutters, and then lots of greens that are just hanging out. Right over this, what looks like another curved elven table. Inside, we have what looks to be a very impressive looking kitchen. Check out like the tiling in there. Yeah, we'll take a closer look at that in a bit. Cool fountain in the mid, trees. Now let's go in here. Oh, that's okay. So that invites us to go upstairs, and then we'll go through there later, I guess. Oh shucks, where do I go first? I guess I'll go up first. Yeah, through this like really tight climb. Up, 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 up. That's a door to who knows. Okay, so here's the top of the area. Okay. So here's where like the shaping kind of meets. We have this other elven table that's like right over there to act as like kind of a part of the windowsill. We have these other set of small pillars, which I believe, I forgot the name of these things. Like they're supposed to be like street lamps or like a Dalaran stick of some sort. But you can tell with the pixelation that they've been embiggened, but they're being socked by these tables to act as pillars. And then you can see the pillow work here on the side as well. Curved table, and we can look down at the entrance. And now we can also look across. Like check out what's over there. Dalaran's back there. That's sick. So what I'm kind of seeing here, I think we're seeing multiple paintings here. So like there's the Dalaran painting, and those might be different other paintings to depict like this bigger horizon of some sort that's back there. That's really cool. That's really clever. Below it, we have like this big old flower box, trellis, rounded tables, and whatnots to kind of dress that up. Yeah, what look like parts of benches, perhaps benches or tables, right over there, for to like line the top. That's sick, dude. That's so pretty. Yeah, the way that they set these up is like intense. Very good. Notice how you have like these walls. Well, okay, there's a trellis there, but then you have these walls here to kind of set up like to kind of close off the space in this otherwise square room. Yeah, really cool. Pillars to help support that as well. Oh, that's amazing work. Amazing work. So I guess we'll peek in here real quick. Oh, we're going higher. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna get lost in here, folks. So we have this dizzying climb to make. Oh, actually, well, okay, not that big of a climb. So right through here, we go up step, and now we're at the top of this tower area, and we have this really fantastic stormy effect going on outside. Oh, I love. Oh, dude, this is a wizard. Oh, check it out. So you have. Okay, this wizard has like really. He's got a look to him. He's got. He's got these crazy eyeballs. Now, okay, this is very cute. This is very creative. So I think we have like multiple backpacks. So here's like one backpack and maybe another one. Wow. That's okay. This is like a knapsack, and that might be like the back of a backpack. And those are, I think, same things, but they're made to be these shoulders. That's so cool. That's so cool. Cushions right there, and then what looks like a consortium staff thingamajig. And then check out the hat, rug, so a seating cushion, shelf. Yeah, elven shelf, eggy, um, rocks? No, cushions, more cushions, rug roll, and then one little filigree thing. There's so much. Damn, there's like so much that just goes into like this one little dude. But there he is. That's sick. That is sick. Now, what's going on here though? So we have like these pulsing lights. There's some crazy, there's some insane work that's going on in this house, dude. Swear. So I'm not sure what the texture is up front, but you know we have like the starry banner in the back from tailoring. We have a fountain that's creating the whole rainy effect. Um, the pulsing effect could be coming from a sconce of some sort. Yeah, it could be something like that that's creating that effect. But dude, that's really sick. And then I think we have like the similar effect happening here too. Yeah, we have a bit of illusion of distance. We have a flag that's all the way back there. And then this thing. Oh, wait, hold on. This isn't a trellis. Neither of these are trellises. These are all, I think these are all like pitchforks. Good God. For real, dude? God damn. That is some meticulous work. If they went as far as setting up pitchforks for all, because I think you got to craft pitchforks, and that's not cheap. That's a lot of work. Holy moly. And there's two of them. That's insane, dude. That is some insane work. And then we have a bed, right? Actually, it's a very unique looking bed. Check it out. We have a lot of these shelves being used. Bookshelf, actually, and tables. Bookshelves, tables, bookshelves, tables, big bookshelf, table, and more. Kind of similar objects. One tent being used there. Drapes and another rug, I believe. Cushions. Wow. Just like the details that are going on with like each of these pieces. You know, it looks simple, but yo, you look at it long enough, you can see just how many pieces are going into like these small things. Boy, what a budget eater. But at the same time, what a vibe too. It does such a good job of creating like this sort of effect. Minimal lighting. We have small objects here. I haven't looked at everything else either. And what's also cool is that is they kind of stay on theme, sort of. So you have like large uses of like these sorts of shapes all throughout this particular room. So that way you have like, again, you have like this sort of matching theme. Yeah, bookshelf here. We have a little flower box of sorts. Treasure inside. What do we got? Wine and cheese, baby. And gold, of course. Some greens hanging there. Ceiling is just a platform right over here. So maybe they just kind of kept the ceiling low. And then check the trim. I'm not entirely sure what sort of trim this is, but it's being used multiple times throughout the entire. I think it's a table or something. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of things that could be here, but dude, this room is like just dense. It is absolutely dense with effects to create all of these shapes here. I'm blown away. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, it started with this guy. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. But then you just look at the whole room. It's like it's such a slow breakdown of like all these different things that are coming together. That's crazy. So now we're going to climb it down now. So that's the top of that stairwell. And then we're going to climb down again. So now I think we're going to head back to the front and then progress through the shroud. And then we'll see what's on the other end here. Jesus, man. So we're now notice how we're doing this kind of like double step climb here. And into has the whole vibe of like a palace hallway, but like check it out. Oh, check out the lighting here. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Actually, wait, hold on. Sorry. I want to take some screenshots of like this top area here again, because god damn, it's good. I don't want to forget. I'm liable to forget about stuff. So it's like we have this. We have like the little mage dude. I did the window, even like the bed. Awesome, awesome work on the bed. And I'm not even doing it justice. It's like just so much. There's so much going on here. All right, so now we're back here again. So just in this hallway too, we have these fantastic window setups. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I've been feeling this house that we're going to see the end of this house kind of soon because there's just so much budget that has gone through to all this. So here we have like what appear to maybe be shelves or paintings that are being used to draw like all the lines here. And what's crazy is that they even have like this arch here. This little arch that you can see right here. I'm not entirely sure what structure is being used here either. It could be I don't know if it's a barrel or whatnot. I think that's a bit too crude. The angling would be kind of funny. But somehow it's like coming through here to create this shape here. Now, if you take a very close look, it's not exactly clean. You have like all these different anglings and whatnot that's being used, but like at a glance, oh man, hugely impressive. Looks nothing like regular Warcraft stuff. But yeah, you have the shaping here. You have this trellis up top. What looks like tables that are here to like line the sides here and the trim. Really good. I even love this. This looks great. As like this sort of like flower pot. There's just two tables that are like, you know, that are like rotated, and then they're kind of French kissing. One's upside, one side up, the other one's upside down. Pillow at the bottom, flowers, boom. So like this right here, very simple shape, This is something you can set up with just like Founders materials. I'm not sure if these are dyed or whatnot. They might be. But yeah, you can set up like some really fantastical stuff with, again, very simple stuff that you can just buy with gold. Notice how the wall trimmings here are like of a certain color. Hard to tell what kind of color this is, like a greenish sort of. I'm not getting it. I'm not entirely sure what color this is. Notice how the roof is a little bit lowered as well to kind of like stick with the theme. Love the lighting though. Love the lighting. So I think we're going to go, we'll check out here first. Very, I continue to be impressed. Oh man. So we go in, we have like, again, we have the green skinned walls up and down. Again, with the lighting effects, fantastic. And it's just like kind of a meant to be a modest reading room, but it's totally not modest. There's like so much that's going into this. Where do I start? Like, so once again, we have like the very impressive window setup. It doesn't have the arch, but it has like this sort of structure instead, which I'm not entirely sure what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure what's building that, putting all that together. But we do have like multiple drapes being used here, coming out and then falling down like that to create that effect. And then check out the work being done here. So I'm not sure if this is like a table or whatnot, but we have these picture frames that are being put in front of it to act as drawers. And there's some sort of elven shape here. This has this screams elven shape to me. Some sort of structure right there that's working as like handles. You're seeing that work being done throughout here too. But then also you have like these bookshelves that have been kind of narrowed up a little bit. I think they're clickable. Yeah, they are in fact clickable. So there they are. You can kind of see how the construction looks there. But then you have it all being skinned by these. I'm not sure what this particular structure is actually. Let me open this up again, just so I can see. Yeah, I can't tell. It's like some sort of like shelf siding or whatnot. Yeah, it's very hard to tell. Hugely impressive though. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's making like these flat structures there. So they're sturdy wooden shells, just like on the side. It could be that, yeah. Like those shells, they're quite versatile. I'm trying to close this. It's not close. There you go. Yeah, they're quite versatile in how you can use these. And then check out the fireplace. We have some warrior branding up top. But yeah, again, contrasted by this deep green. Note the ladder that's being assembled by like all the beams over there. And then as for the spread here in the middle, dude, okay, dude. So now we have another dude who's here. Okay, so basket, rug rolls, more baskets, little more cushions for hands. That's kind of a typical thing. And then here we're seeing, oh boy, it's really hard to tell because of the angling and whatnot. Which really impresses me because it's kind of hard to get to this angle, but they managed to, you know, twist and move things to make this. You have like these spectacles. Oh man, that's really good. Yeah, that must have unless they got lucky, that must have taken a lot of work to like just get the angling and rotation just perfect. And there they are, they're just kind of like chilling on the chair reading a book. Crazy, dude. Crazy doesn't even like start to describe this house. All right, so what else is there up here? Yeah, just some shelf work over there. One more extra shelf up there. Are we hiding anything? Nope. Just a thing to like fill out spots. Actually, you can kind of see here, you know, one of the studs for, I'm not entirely sure what, but you can see like some metal studs there. All right, so I think we're going to go into like that kitchen area that we saw now. Yeah, here it is. So here's the kitchen. that we saw, and then there's like the front door area. So notice how here in this spot, shelves that we now I'm pretty convinced here. We're seeing like a bunch of different shelves, just kind of turned backwards. That's creating like this entire skin here. So that's how we're getting the coloring in this particular spot. Now, as for here, we're seeing like a bunch of like upside down tile-y kinds of things that are lining up like this entire spot. So this whole textured room, very cool. And then as we go across here, across this kitchen area, we have like what could be like a pantry or a fridge or what have you. And entirely custom cabinets from the, oh, I'm not sure what structure this is. Maybe they are Gilnean, maybe it's Pandoran. But yeah, we have like this whole granite countertop. These are most definitely Pandoran walls right here that are helping to create this sink. Plus, well, I don't know if that's supposed to be a vanity or like a window to the outside. But, you know, here we have like our entire, you know, we will wash things up. Dude, the work here is just insane. I believe these are like inverted shelves of some sort, and they might have been dyed a certain color. Lots of nets here to kind of close these off. You know, this is the good china. Gotta like hide some of this. And then picture frames once again to help create these cabinets. Right back here we have the full stove, complete with pots and pans, mostly pans, some plating up top, more of these structures here with the countertops, and then like, you know, different themes, or I'm sorry, different colored themes here for these sorts of cabinets. And notice here how this is even dressed. Oh, wow. So platform, and I'm not sure what this structure exactly is. Inverted hunter table, pillars. I believe those are probably benches to create kind of feet, like bottom trims for that spot. This is crazy, dude. Wow. That's wild, man. That's wild. And then here we just have some basic, not even basic, a bunch of not Niffin tables, Grummel tables. So note here, like they only come in a certain size, so it's actually like just two of them, and then we have one up top to create that whole shape, making a longer table, and then even more of these tables are being used, and just kind of like jammed right into the floor to create like this kind of seating. It's not functional, but it's okay. It's totally okay. Wow, this is crazy. This must have taken like an hour to put together. I'm just kidding. But incredibly impressive. Incredible. I'm not sure if I've seen everything yet, but we'll oh, check out the clock too. Oh, that's neat. Now that looks like one of those not Niffin, it's Koresh. Koresh shelves. And then it's been skinned. I really like what they did here to create like the back facing of this right here. Because it's like an even shape. I really like that. And then your minutes and like that's it. Oh, this is like the bottom of something. It's the bottom of a rounded structure. I just don't know what structure it is. But I like how that comes together. Once you just kind of like jam it into those shelves. Very cool. Was there a gnome in here? I want to double check that I didn't miss like a hidden gnome that's just like chilling or vibing somewhere. Okay, I did. Okay. All right. So went through here. Went through here. Still gotta go through here. So now, this looks like kind of a kid's room, maybe, perhaps. Okay, there's or animals room. So we have like a giant litter box. That's kind of the first thing I noticed. Notice how we have like these sliding doors. And it's all set up with tables. Tables look like shelves as well. And then rugs to create the illusion of sand. That's pretty good. That's really good. It's just like jam stuff together to create that sort of like that non-flat texture. That's sick. Let's do kind of a circle around here. Here's like the little thing for like little cats or reptiles to like climb and like goof around in. Very, very cute. Yeah, it's a very festive room. You have like these lavender, purpley colors, and like the lighting, it creates all sorts of different tones. Lots of big old bowl of food and whatnot. And then out here, we have I think that's a skybox room, right? Yeah, so this is actually considered the outside. That's really neat. You can see like there's like a little baby birds right back there too in that birdhouse. That's sick. That is really sick. So good use of the skybox here because it's not, we're not trying too hard to like create this whole outdoor experience. It's just made to, create a cool vibe outside. But yeah, we have like regular windows, table trims, uh, other elven tables to kind of round out that space. And then right back here, like a bunch of things with toys. So definitely like a little like place for like kids and animals and stuff to like hang out in. It's a big cat room. Was I walking on the? Okay, I walked in the poop a little earlier. I was just like taking a look. Okay, so you can call it a cat room. I'll call it a kids room because I'm like I don't want cats to have their own room. Gosh, but yeah, great dressing here. Great dressing. Now, did I see everything? I think I've seen everything here because boy, like, dude, this budget has got to be spent. There's like so much fine detail that went in here. All the kit bashing, like taking like the smaller objects and having them being built up of like so many different pieces. To like even the fantastic work that's being done here too. I love the structural work. Like this is a great place. Damn, super impressive. Thanks for showing us. I'm glad I got to see a place like this. Wow, big wow. All right. I'm going to head over to the next spot and then I'm going to run to the loo real quick. We're going to Dragon's Place next. Over at 39. And I'll be right back. Boo, 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 boo. past 10, so is there any news? Wait, what's this? Explore the lands, legends, and legacy of the Burning Crusade to Midnight. What does that mean? It's a cool picture, though. So, I think it's just kind of an article that brings things together. Okay, that's neat. Oh, that was your place. Oh no, dude, that was sick. That was sick. I'm thankful that you still let us visit your place. There's like a little backstory behind that, but it's not important. The important thing is that we got to see it. Right. So thank you again. That's great. We didn't miss anything, did we? I'm pretty sure we got everything. Because that house is dense, to say the least. Very, very dense. All right. Still recording. We're still good. All right. All right. By the way, thanks to Blaine for the Prime sub. Much, much appreciated, dude. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, this is going to be visit number 3, I believe. I have to admit, boy, does this take a lot out of me if I'm under the weather. Oh, man, I really want to make sure that I get through these, but I also do not want to make a visit seem crappy because I'm sick. So I'm I'm keeping an eye on how I'm feeling, and I definitely would rather delay a tour or delay a visit than to make it crap. That is a huge disrespect to folks. All right, cool. Let's continue though, because I think I'm still good right now. All right, this is Dragon's place over at Founders, and Dragon's kind of a frequent flyer of sorts, or we've done repeat visits to his place, and so we're going to take a look at what he has going this time. So we're at, I believe, to be like the same plot that he's been at for a while now, and let's take a look at what sorts of things that we have here. I mean, I kind of like made my way through here. I don't know if this is like the main entrance. I don't think it is the main entrance actually. Let's go in through this spot here. Okay, here we go. Here's a proper front door, okay? So we're crossing through like this whole trellised entrance. To the left and right, we have like sorts of like different large setups, including Puppy Place, which has been skinned up to make a more cozy entrance for Puppy, that is. Eggy, that happens to be right there. Surprise. And we're seeing like some celebrations of like other stuff that has that's kind of come our way, including the Diablo chess set right over there. Some kind of new structures that have been laid out, and some old ones too. Things that we have definitely seen before, but it's otherwise just a very nice and closed off space. Like check it out. We see some of like the shop stuff right over here. Double swings. And once again, larger structures here to help create like just this very full yard with different activities to do, like drinking, hanging out, playing with the animals, splashing in the fountain, what have you. But I think we are ready to go inside. He straight up said, "Don't worry too much on the outside." Too bad. We did it anyway. Now, as for what's on the inside, total mystery. So as we go in, though, we enter this large room. Note that how it's vaulted. So yeah, to make extra room for stuff. We have places to like lay down all of our many weapons. Maybe there's like a lot of guests that happen to be here. And we'll go through these doors in a bit, but let's explore like the depth of this room first. So we have like this structure here to kind of like act as the centerpiece here. I don't even know what it is actually. It's like I think it's like a tailoring loom of some sort. I think that's what it's supposed to be. And we can kind of like peek at what's going on the one end there. And we can peek at the other end there. All right, let's do some exploring. So again, we have this variety hallway of sorts. Cool Tyrion branding right here, Demon Hunter branding, some purples to round out this whole Kirin Tor sort of stuff. So it tells me warband stuff. You know, we're going to see lots of celebrations of classes, of regions, you know, things that this particular player has done and seen and just wants to like show some appreciation for us. So for example, we have this whole Draenei setup here, Paladin branding. You know, note we have the huge candelabras. We have like the big old book with the lighting effects. We have our candelabra on the side right over there too, just to kind of like make sure that we have like the proper lighting effects. But then over here on the side, we have like some more, I think that's priest stuff. But then right back here in the you know, towards that back wall, we have like all sorts of like Draenei branding right there in the back with the windows. So over there we have, you know, we have a front door there. We have stuff to the side. So we're going to go off to the left first as usual. But not before we appreciate like a couple more things out here, like these deluxe sized trellises there at the side, and a little bit of green that's kind of peeking through, although that's coming from a tree. So we'll see where that happens to be coming from too. All right, so let's go. So we're immediately met with a table. Gotta kind of go around a little bit. So here's where the warband eats, or at least I presume, or maybe it's like a place to like party. Huge spots for like everyone to sit and enjoy some very meticulously separated portions of snacks. They want to make sure that everyone gets their share and everything. But you know what? There's plenty of drink to be had. So they got some drink on the side there to enjoy. There's a door leading somewhere there. And then there's a climb that way. So I think we'll go through the door first. Ooh. And now we're met. Okay. Now we're met with like another kind of thing. So here's where that extra tree stuff came from. We have huge tree setups and like this climb. So all of a sudden we have this whole nature vibe. And I'll be right back. Sorry again. So my sister came by to pick up all them rocks. So I'm like, this is a good time to pause, just to like say hi really quick. Okay, so let's do, we're gonna do the climb. We're gonna see what's going on here. But first, let's try to explore like some of the back area here, because there's like a lot here. This whole spot is like kind of separated, but maybe I'll like kind of break rules and just explore what's going on. Okay, there's a lot. I think the layout work here is going to be huge. Like we just saw a place a little bit earlier that showed off a very, very dense place. Here, where I think instead of seeing like tons of like kit bashing and whatnot, we're going to just explore like a very spacious place. All right, so we're going to kind of restrict our movements here, and I'm going to climb right past the place where someone can sleep if they really felt like it. We'll climb up these rocky platforms, and lots of like, check out the Herondar structuring here. We're starting to see like that start to spill in many builds. Given that we're like a month in or so. Oh, and actually we can only go this high. Okay, so I guess we're invited to like do this climb, and then make our way down, sort of down this kind of spot, and then we're invited to go in either of these directions. So let's try our best to keep track of like where's what, and what could be possibly a dead end, or what'll just kind of like take us around. So we'll go here first. But before that, let's appreciate like everything that's going on here, because we had like this, like check out what we had here. We had this little climb around over this rocky area. But it happened to come over this whole like lake river kind of area. So we might presume that this will like take us across and go through like other rooms, or this could be like this elevated house that happens to be like over the water. It was very cool. Places to sleep, hang out. Love the tree work too, because we get to see like not just like the tree itself here at the base. We get to see more of it as we climb a little bit higher. Notice how we have like some like a little bit of extra work here with like, here's like something natural that's already there, and then we build around it using this Pandoran Mall. So now we enter this very nature-ish place, and we're going to see more of it in just a bit, I think. But it starts off here with this cute little fountain setup. Herondar stuff like right here in the mid, along with like a single rug dressed with some more paving stones. And you see a lot of this paving stone not just being done here, but also there. You see it much more dense in that spot. But here it's just to kind of like address this particular spot here. Very cute. The butterflies, yeah, they look good. I've seen other things too, where I think there's like some Herondar sconces and whatnot that look really, really good. So we continue the nature tour, and now we're entering what feels like this kind of, not an apartment spot, but like those windows, they kind of give off that vibe. But like, check out the work that's being done here. Lots and lots of like, lots and lots of hard steel that went into like this spot. We have multiple gazebos that go in here. We have some work here with like some cherry trees and like the swing and everything. Very, very pretty. But I really like the way that this is dressed up too. Now these happen to be used here's like one of the newer trellises that come from the store. But then you have like some basic stuff here, vines and greens, and even the totem here to invite us over into that room. But let's take a look at what's out here first too. Once again, we have like another example of like a centerpiece here. Big old green rug, some stones, and in this case, we have like a few gnomes that are like kind of like populating the place, or they're guarding it. Yeah. Meanwhile, we have like a single Miss Murgle right over there. Can I sit on this? No, that's a pet bed, buddy. It's not for me. It's probably for the gnomes or for the Miss Murgle right over there. But then here we have like these cute little beds, these cute little bedrooms that are being set up with these gazebos. Very pretty. Creepy with the gnome, but you know, for some people, no, they like that vibe. Yeah, very festive room that we have here. You know, the falling leaves from the cherry blossoms, they help to like give that little bit of animated life to it. Here we have another setup. Yeah, cute little bedroom. Again, we have the trellises. Oh, I'm sorry, we have the these trunks from the gazebo to help close off the space, make it feel pretty private. Now, again, this is like kind of a warband thing, so you can count on there being like noises and like little bits of extra activity happening here. And then for the folks that are here, we're kind of led to like that portal. We have like this kind of like suddenly hot tub, or it could be like a fountain of sorts. You know, because we have fountains here, and maybe this isn't meant to be something that we necessarily dip in. But you know, just the place that they wanted to set up and you know have as another like a watery feature. So we're gonna wait to go through that. I want to kind of see what's through this door first. All right. Very unique setup. Nothing's there. Okay. Surprise, buddy. Okay, so now I think we will go through the portal because I so far I couldn't find a way to climb up to that upper level from that previous room that we were in. We'll make our way there. All right, so what is through here? Ooh, immediate outside. All right. So we go through, and of course the dark portal's behind me, but then we have like some large structures to help fill out the spot here. Actually, we have this kind of like a pool slash lake going on. So this feels like, yeah, so notice how a little bit earlier we were going through like this kind of like rivery area. So here's where it comes out. So the river does in fact continue on, and we have like all the water just like spilling out and everything. You know, there are different ways to depict the movement of water that's going through. This is one way to do it. Our imagination does the rest of it, but we have basically like this very like lively spot where folks are like living, doing their thing. You know, you can think of this as like kind of like a dock or a port or whatnot for folks to like hop onto, and then the Miss Murgles will like take us off to water Narnia or something like that. You know, any or anything like that. Um, you know, we would kind of like go through like these like kind of like shrouds here, and then we would instance ourselves to like a new area or something like that. So again, sometimes we got to use our imaginations to help support the fantasy that's being built here, and that's not so bad. You know, no stuff again, huge structures that we have here. Love how this thing is set up. I think this is supposed to be like a forge of some sort, but I really like how it's all dressed with like the different greens and whatnots to, you know, give it a lot more volume. But yeah, this is where all the pets hang out. So lions are here, Miss Murgle's here. I think I saw some like some puppies or whatnot. Yeah, very cute. Very cute. And then back there, dark portal. Yeah, so it does a pretty decent job of closing off the space. You know, making it feel really filled out, really immersive. All right, so we're gonna back up here. Actually, if there's anything high up in the sky, okay, I'm just double checking. Sometimes people are like, "Yo, dude, did you see the thing that we have suspended by the moon?" No, totally missed it. I'm trying to make a point to make sure that I see it every time. A little bit of blocksmithing branding right over there too. Nice. All right, so we're gonna cheat, and we're gonna kind of like walk through the river like a heathen, and then we're going to continue to climb. So, so this is where the warband eats, and this is where the warband cooks, baby. So huge market stuff is happening here. You know, in some cases you'll grab your own stuff and do the cooking. In some cases they'll sell it too. Yeah, that could work. And then right back here should be the kitchen area. So here's where the sausage gets made. We got our grills, we have our prep table, things are ready to go out. Oh, the Shaolin sounds really good right now. I could really use like a big old thing of soup. Oh, check out the fridge work that's being done here. Very intense. Nothing's getting in there. Literally nothing can get in there because that's a barrier. You can't walk through it. But we have also these, all the fixings that we need for some proper cooking. Stuff for like stew or hot pot. Big old grill. Giant stove. Like they embiggened this shelf. Jammed a grill and brazier on here. And we even have the earthen bed that's being used as like kind of a warming table. Very sick. And all of it crammed in the confines of this little baby area under the stairs. It's all filled out. All filled out. Yeah, see the signage right there tells me that there's, the branding here tells me, okay, in some cases they'll like sell stuff. Or there just might be more things. Like we have a coffee roaster here, but we got a serving table for all the coffee stuffs right here. Grind stuff. Pull shots. Drink up. Drink up. Yeah, gotta do that. And we continue. More drinks right up top. Remember, this is the warband. So assuming that there's I'm sorry, not just a warband, but a guild spot. Could be that too. Where everyone's showing up. Yo, come in, get a bite to eat. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Remember, Blizzard did drop hints at a guild hall. We don't know when it's going to happen. It might not even be this expansion, but they might be developing it and working on it. That'll be awesome. So we hit the top of the stairs here, right? And so now we're in this kind of transition hallway. We have an entire wing of spots to go through. We'll go through there later, I think. They're going to go through here because I think this is the top of the stairwell room that we were at earlier. Yeah. So here's where we did not explore yet. So we have some easy choices here to the left or to the front. We'll go to the left first. Just kidding. Just kidding. And notice here, we have like some extra work being done here with, oh, actually, I think this doorway might not take us anywhere either. Yeah. Ha ha, ha ha ha. I just noticed there too. Nice little illusion being set up there. You got me. You got me. Works in progress. No, that's fair. I got it. But if anything, like the way that it's dressed is still cleverly set up, but it's also deceptive, So, just want to note here that we're crossing through the spot here. Big old box of greens, not just normal greens, but we have like kind of like what you normally like kind of see outside that's being set up here, plus the trellis. But then right through here, what do we have? Big old centerpiece with the Onyxia head flanked by some trellises. And we have a lot more paths here too. Rooms all over the place. So we have like this vaulted room that's being carved out to make all sorts of like little spots. So let's start exploring. So right through here, bedroom. Dude, this got everything. Wow. So we sleep here. Cool. We grab stuff. We got Diablo stuff to pick up and everything. But we also got our loo. We also have everything we need here. You can almost think of this as a prison cell because you have everything that you need. Okay, minus food, but then the food's like brought to us and all that. Actually, let me give myself can we do a seat check here? Yeah, we can. We're looking pretty good. Sweet. We got a tub and pile of junk. Wash up. We're good to go. So very minimalist bedroom plus bath. I'm gonna presume that we might see the same thing here, but like notice here we have like this sort of like Dracula branding. Are we gonna see something from Strom? Kind of a little bit, different sort of colors that we have set up here. Slightly different variations in like the toilet layout and the things that are being laid down here. So we have some obvious like paladin branding, as I like to call it. I'm big on that. Cool little centerpiece here using the Kyrian fountain, I believe. Yeah, Kyrian fountain, plus Pandaren stuff. I'm not as familiar with that shaping there. Now, as for what's through here, ooh, we have this separate bedroom. This could be the boss's bedroom because it's a bit more, I don't know, deluxed out. You know what I mean? I really like the what's being set up here. You have like a grand bed plus the market table to kind of like, to give a sort of overhead. But then we also have this giant Niffen arch that's being used to dress like the back of the window over there. I like how this comes together. It's pretty. It's very pretty. Meanwhile, they got like instead of a nightstand, they got a whole table with like some fixins to like nosh on. But then through here, what do we have? Storage stuff. Storage stuff, their own little like setup for like some priesty, some paladin-y kind of celebrations. Also a Kieran Tor banner. So semi-random, but if this is like the guild master's spot, it's like, partially like a celebration of like their main character plus their alts, something like that. And then of course they got like the better bathroom. They got a full-on tub using this structure here. But then also, I'm not quite familiar with this shaping here. But it's being used as like a big old frame for the mirror here. To act as your vanity. Wash up, go potty, do your thing. Notice how the potty itself, you have like the giant door plus barrel as the tank, very appropriate. Big old chain to act as the flusher. So this is a window? Oh, it's a single window. Oh, I'm actually not very familiar with that window. Cool. Ooh, notice the giant chandelier up top. It's kind of funny how it definitely looks like an embiggened chandelier, but it doesn't do terribly much to like brighten up the space. It's not blinding me at all. But we do have like these larger lanterns here, and you can see how the light reflects on top back there. Yeah, so that's a little different. Okay, so there's that. So we're going to go through there next, I believe. Yeah. Because I'm curious about this window being set up here. So now, okay, this is kind of interesting. We're going through this hallway. This layout's just crazy. There's like so much to this. It's so easy to get lost. Like, I don't know where I'm at now. So here's like this kind of like illusion-ish of being outside. We'll see if we can check this out from like different angles. But that's kind of like what it appears to be. And given like where we're at in the house, it looks like it's as if we're like in this like sort of keep area where you have like this outdoor courtyard, and this is like our glance at that area. Well, let's go through this room first, and we have kind of an entertainment center. That's what I'm guessing here. Oh, we do have a bed. Yeah, so someone's sleeping here. So whoever's here is like doing some gaming. So here we are. We're gaming. Here's like perhaps the gaming system or systems. It's like here's like a computer tower. there's the console. We're playing games. We're doing our thing. We're vibing and all that. It could be something like that. That's pretty neat. Notice now, though, we're doing like a climb up, boom, boom, into this kind of platform. And now we have a bedroom proper. Oh, interesting. And check it out. We have this second look at the outside. So yeah. I think we have like this this whole feel of it being an outdoor courtyard. That's neat. Okay, there's a cactus pillar, which I find quite funny. Also a place to bathe. Bathe, get dressed. What a setup. It's just a lot. There's yeah, a lot of visual not clutter. Um but it's almost overwhelming. Like seeing the different depictions here. Webs up top there. So let's kind of go around through here. And now we're climbing down all of a sudden. Oh, this is a stairwell room. Okay. So we're climbing down now. Notice how the roof is like being lowered here because like this whole area is like was like built. Yeah, I did not expect this. So really neat on the layout again. So now we're at the bottom of a stairwell room. So I expect this to be like a really tiny spot for, you know, another bathroom spot. Remember, it's a warband. So folks they need a place for themselves. You know what I mean? And then they carved out a lot. Yeah, he even carved out like really tiny rooms here. Like check out the branding up top. You know, we got troll stuff there, got goblin stuff there. I don't know if this is meant to be like a little tiny touring room or if it's like a little bathroom. Yes, it is. It's another bathroom. So they want to make sure that everyone's waste is being properly processed. So I think this is like the troll one, right? Yeah, so this is the troll branded spot. We have a bit of a mix of rough and sturdy furniture. Iron window right over there on the side. Not as troll as I thought it would be, but more like just like tribal. I don't think there should be anything back here, but there is. All right. Wow, they made extensive use of the space here. So here we are. Here's like the area that's actually under the stairs. And it's just like more of a carved out part of this bedroom. Nice. So like, wow, they really like crammed a lot of like everything into the it's like the challenge is you need to empty out your housing storage. Put everything you can into the spot. What level house is this now? Oh god, and there's like another door through here too. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, so this was one room. Oh, so they connected. Oh, that's smart. That's smart. Yeah, so again, um, what I really like about places like these is that they use up all the space, but they tighten things up too to make it feel more realistic. Now, from a gameplay standpoint, it's like, oh my god, this is kind of rough because, dude, there's like it's like really cramped in here. But from a real life standpoint, like, yeah, you're going to make use of all the space that's here. Because yeah, otherwise that wouldn't. I mean, technically, we could tighten this up a little bit more, use some space here instead. Yeah, that's crazy. So now where am I? Oh, here's the front door. Okay, here's the front door. Here is the Paladin brand that we saw before. Okay, so I think now. Oh, dude, I feel like I've missed a whole lot of stuff. Actually, did I even look at these areas here? No, I didn't yet. So let's go check out this spot. So for some folks, like they'll walk in and their bedroom is just like right here. You know, so for these folks, oh man, it must be really like loud because you got people coming and going all the time. But at the same time, they have everything that they need here. So in this case, you have like this slightly different style toilet. You don't have the tank that we saw before. Washroom, bathtub, pretty much everything you need. Even drawers, even upside down drawers, whatever it is that you need. So here's the demon hunter sleeping here. We have some sort of like night elf, perhaps a hunter that's sleeping here as well. Not too much of a difference in variety with the layout. But if anything, like just outside is what you have, like what makes it distinctive. It's like, okay, so that's their room. That's like their label or name tag, and that's theirs. So we came through here. We went that way. So now we're going this way. Past the paintings, past the giant trellis. And you know, I'm noticing first like that little dark portal over there on the side. So maybe this is like a sort of like gaming room, entertainment room. And I think I've seen them try to do something like this before too. So here, what do we have actually? Hmm. What is being depicted with this particular piece? Is it a game of some sorts? Is it like an altar, perhaps? It's a little hard to tell. Maybe we'll re-explore that. Here we got some table tennis. Hey. So here I am. It's their turn to serve, and we'll slap them with like these big old pans, or candles, or paddles, whatever you want to call it. And then right here, so I believe these are like depictions of like arcades. So like here's like our stick. Grab it, do stuff. What kind of game? Could be anything. Really could be anything. I do remember some old school arcade games where like you had nothing but like this like spinny ball, and you controlled like some sort of character, and you're using the ball to spin. That's how the controls work. Could be Centipede. It could be that, yeah. Now right back here though, we have this kit bashed piano. Check this one out. We have multiple books being used and what looks like doors. Yep, we got doors. So kind of a not an old school depiction, but definitely something that we have seen before. Pedals right at some pedal work right at the bottom, beams to help continue the shape, as well as what looks like maybe the top of a shelf or whatnot to create that rounded shape. It is Centipede. Right on, dude. Oh, we've got more back there too. Damn. Okay, so in this T-shaped room, there's going to be like another climb. Yep, another heck of a climb. Oh boy. So we'll go through there. I think we are going through there. So here's just like a common sitting area while folks are playing, doing their thing. Yeah, cute anvil stool as well. All right, so yeah, that's separated by a door. So I know how this climb is going to go. So we'll go through here first because this has been carved out as separate. Now, this is what I really liked about this place is that they're using these areas in the stairwell room as like so much more. So here we have like a whole room that's being carved out. And it is a bedroom. So like here we got our bath and tub. Little baby toilet right over there in the corner. Thank goodness that we still have some TP to work with. Big old water tank once again. And now we have like this, again, we have this little room area carved out. Vanity, works, double vanity. Ooh, vein. Double vanity, workspace, full bed. And otherwise places the aesthetic. So it feels like this is like an officer's place because this place is a little bit bigger than other spots that we've seen. And funny enough, like there's a double doorway for their convenience or someone's convenience if they wanted to go through leave the bedroom in multiple ways. Well, let's climb. And we're climbing. Notice how the middle area is totally closed off. I mean, part of it was because it was carved out for a bedroom. But then notice how it's also being closed off all, as we're doing this climb here. But then we also have now these stairs. So right up here. Okay, how many bathrooms are here? There's a lot, dude. There are tons of bathrooms in this spot. If anything, no one is left waiting in line for something. No one's left waiting. Because then you feel really bad, right? And then right through here, I think we've seen everything. I think we have managed to go through all the rooms. Yeah, that was the placeholder. And then we've been through here. Here was like the other small bedrooms. Nice. So like I said, like lots of real estate that's being used. Like, is your room budget filled out? Never mind the decor budget. I'm thinking the room budget because this is just a lot of things. Yeah, so we're covering a lot of space. Great job though. Great job. Now imagine. So one thing to point out, you know, when you have like a really really big room budget, or when you utilize it, like it's gonna be a struggle to fill out the rooms the way that you'd want it to. Um, so there's very much a give and take when you're, you know, when you're able to enjoy, like, okay, I have all these different rooms to hang out in and blah blah blah, but then you can't really fill it out with everything that you want, because of course the budgets and everything. So there are choices to make when setting something like this up. That's kind of why I'm like really looking forward to what they have in mind for guild halls. Like, what sort of things are they going to do there? But that feels like it's going to be such a beast of doing that. Oh yeah, yeah, they made tons and tons of rooms. So it's like for example, like this spot here, this is it's a vaulted room. It looks like at least a medium-sized room, but then you have one, two, three rooms that are made out of like this spot here. That's cool. You know, could they make more? Maybe. But then you would also be like, okay, how am I going to restrict that? Or what if, you know, what if they didn't make as many bathrooms? Then it would logistically be a nightmare for, like, if the warband was home and they wanted to like all go to the bathroom. It's like, yo, how are we going to work this out? So that's how you do it. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. All right. So let me mark these. So I've done 3 so far. All right. Let's head over to the next spot. And 29. All right, be right back. All right, so I want to like blow my nose real quick. All right. 2 more. All right. All right, folks, welcome to Mag's Place. We're over on Founders. It's raining outside. The eagle is like kind of like getting pissed off. Actually, no, probably not. Probably not. They won't be bothered with something like that. But we have this really nice house to look at instead. So check this out. So we have like one large gazebo being set up, extended out, to act as not really an extension of the house. They're not trying to make it any bigger. But here's what's kind of curious: they skinned the side of the house. Interesting. All right, so let's take a look at the gazebo really quick, and let's see what's going on like right under here. So we're nice and sheltered, sort of. The rain is still going through, but otherwise we would be sheltered, and we have a nice little place to relax, enjoy some drinks, have a conversation, enjoy some fire water, what have you, and enjoy what could have been nicer weather out. Love the color setup here, though. Very, very nice. Oh, and it's some additional lighting thanks to some of the Herondar stuff. Outside of it, we have it being dressed up quite neatly with a bunch of greens and drapes, which really should be closed right now, but it'd be really cool if they could like auto close when it rains. That'd be pretty awesome. And then once again, notice how the entire house has like a little hat on, perhaps because it's raining. But otherwise, lots of greens that are also surrounding it to kind of close off the spots. And you have like this nice little tight look. Now, I really like the look of the new Herondar window. It provides like this glow. It kind of like directs my vision to that spot. Yeah, it just really it sits really nicely towards the top as the area above the front door. Yeah, I like that. Oop. Let's head inside. All right, as soon as we go in, I'm actually directed toward this set of hanging shelves here. Really pretty. So it's pretty in the sense of like Warcraft looking stuff because we're using these Orgrimmar beams. They could have used kind of like quote cleaner beams like the ones from Belomet. They could have used the Silvermoon ones, but they opted with the Orgrimmar stuff instead to give this kind of like a rugged look. And notice the styling on here. You know, the studs are kind of coming out to make it look like this a bit like this, you know, kind of more natural look to it. And then they felt the stuff, clutter, booksies, and decorations. You know, little trophies right there on the side. One little reptar that's sitting below it to like hang out. Yeah, I like the look of that. Now, as soon as we go in, oh, check out the door. Woohoo! Some very, very nice door work happening here. I'm not entirely sure of this structure. I believe it's this whole overhead structure that's right here. But then you also have like what looks like a wall that's being set up there. They also set up like handles and whatnot to create. Actually, no, I think there's like an outhouse. Yeah, there's an outhouse that's being used. There we go. From the base to like the top, and they dressed it up a little bit more with some branding, with the steel windows right over there too. And then on the side, you have some ethereal prison looking things that are hidden behind those windows to create the weather effect. Cool. Very cute. So as we pan over, you know, we're invited to go into like this, what looks like a pretty far ways down. You know, so lots to explore as we get in here. And let's get to it. So over here we have like one of the newer paintings as a centerpiece over there. Again, more use of like these hanging shelves here and like just cool stuff to like hang and have available there. Some rooms are being carved out, what looks like at least a medium size or perhaps a large room. But check out this depiction here. So it's kind of it's one part diorama, one part, you know, kind of illusion of being outside. A very pretty depiction of the outdoors. So let's take a closer look at what's going on here. So I think we're seeing it's a little hard to tell if those are rocks or if those are curtains that are being set up there. I mean, it looks almost like the ocean that's out there. So behind here, paving stones, rugs for clouds, the sun, of course, plus some lighting effects to help enhance the effect. Trees up front to set up the 3D illusion. That's pretty cool. You know, and a kind of a simple setup too, because you have like these larger pieces that are being used here, platforms to used as the dressing, beams right over here to create the top. Yeah, pretty simple. So it's a good use of like using as few shapes as possible to create these sorts of effects, and I think that's pretty effective. Effective. Okay, so as for the room itself, it's kind of like a living room space, very well lit. You know, we can sit. Check out like the table work that's being done here. They just took like some crates, I believe, to create, you know, this whole table effect. You know, it's a very unique shape. Sectionals for the couch, bar tables on the side. I'm sorry, behind it. Set that up, and check out this middle fireplace. That's sick. That's very cool. It's dressed with beams and rocks and a few trellises right over there to kind of help round that out. And it's also a separator for like this other room. We'll take a look at that in a bit, but I'm admiring the work here. Really cool. Yeah, I like that effect. That's very neat. So I'm kind of doing kind of a circle. Actually, what's this? Oh, we have a little overhead lighting there. A Borealis lamp and a basket that's just kind of chilling there. Then boop, lighting. And it works. Borealis lamps are pretty effective at what they do. You can see how they illuminate a little bit of the trellis back there. All right, so let's pan over to the next room. Actually, no, let's go through here first. Because this is a carved out bedroom plus workshop. Check this out. Nice and filled out. So you got like, you have like these two beams to climb up to step into the bed, into this big old goblin bed. Very neat. Some little celebrations of technologies and what have you. Little workshop, place to just kind of like sit back and read. Let's check out what they're working on. Spider bots, plans for things. And then behind the privacy screen, what do we have here? Treasures. Treasures and power things that are leading to. Let's go in there. Let's go in there. Ah, to power up this device, which does doohickey stuff, obviously. Duh. Of course we know that. So we're gonna hit our right, because I think this will kind of complete like our exploration of like this part of the room. Oh, and oh, very deluxe bathroom. Ooh. We have our big old standing shower. Boom. With plenty of splash protection. Very smart of them. Any tub? No tub here. All good. Notice here that the okay, this is unique. So the whole countertop is just it's an embiggened weapon rack from Mechagon, because it could be that big. But yeah, here we go. We have our wash basin, our vanity and whatnot. Nice and easy. Hunter table that's being utilized as just like this kind of like an overhead lighting, which is kind of an insult to them. Oh, and then here is the so here's what we're talking about. There was another visit where I was like, okay, what's this structure? We're using this as a vanity. So it turns out it's like this window setup that's being inverted over. That's all. Funny enough, I haven't seen this used very much. But then lately, been seeing it used more. Here's our kind of like robo toilet, 2 beams, along with the earthen chair. Cool. Good fits, TPs and good reach. Grateful for that. So I think that takes care of like the bathroom, and then back to the workshop / bedroom. And we'll go back into the main hall-ish. Oh, puppy, right there. So now we get to this spot here. Now notice how it's all purpled out in the back. And it's being kind of accented by the ochre windows here. Providing a little bit of extra lighting. Really brings out the purple. But then it also has like that whole splash of orange that you can see there too. So it's a decent contrast. And what are we eating? Chickens, fruits. We're having some tea as well. And then back here is like kind of a serving table for like more fixings if we wanted. These visits are good for sparking ideas. I mean, I really like the creative work that's being done with some of these spots here, because now keep in mind that this is like this is a large room, but also like it's being carved out a ton. Like we have like the bedroom plus bath that's over there. We're gonna see what's behind that shroud. Here you have like these two, these two like separate rooms, kind of like a living room space and eating space, separated by this large structure acting as a big old fireplace, and it's all filled out with a whole bunch of different objects. But then cutting through the mid, you have this whole hallway that leads us to the rest of the house. So very creative use of the space. Now let's see what's behind the shroud. We have a battle station. Heck yeah, dude. I always love seeing these. So in this case, their battle station is using the corner of a room. Yeah, oftentimes it'll be just done against the wall or something like that. In this case, it's using the corner of a room We have this illumination right at the bottom. We also have, I cannot tell what these are. These are benches. So they are benches that are being flipped upside down. You can kind of see how they illuminate a little bit differently. Neat. Very neat. So, yeah, here's what we have here. L-shaped table, keyboard, dual screens. There's the case right there with using the very popular book as the case. I'm trying to get a good look at it here. Yeah, folks love using this book. Very popular choice. I mean, it looks really good too. Yeah, and lots of little decorative stuff. Oh, it's easy. Okay, we have one table set up here, and then we have a raised table set up here. You can see the cloth work right back there. That's sick. Oh, gotta click it. So there's a thing to click for like additional effects. Gotta have that. Yeah, nice and dimly lit. Yeah, it's fun. That's a fun spot. Now there's the one mistake. You have a gaming room. You don't want to have plants here. Anything that you try to grow here is going to die. So you just want to make sure that those are like fake, or that you get those things out of here. Because yeah, those won't survive. Oh, they won't survive at all. All right, so that takes care of this room, I believe. What a room, though. But now we're going to be doing. Oh, check that out. Oh, that's some really good work back there. Yeah, we'll take a closer look at that in a bit. So now we're entering like this this second stairwell room. This one happens to be a little bit. This one, is a empty stairwell room, so we can go out there. What looks to be outside. Well, let's check out this kitchen because this totally like drew my attention. So let's take a look. Oh, okay, very unique. You have the Mechagon box that's just flipped onto its side, and like there's the fridge. That's it. That's all they did. But at the same time, that works. That works out really well. It's like this very, very industrial fridge that they set up. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Very creative. Now, as for the entire kitchen area, there's a lot that's going on here. So we have our white granite countertops. We have a bunch of these razor wooden looking tables that's being used as cabinets. Notice the handles that are being there. I'm pretty sure those are, I mean, sometimes people use the top of like a shelf or something. Other times people will use a mug of sorts, to use as the handles. But it's all filled out. Wines and glasses and foods and dry pantry stuff. Moving on to the stove here. Here it's a little bit hard to tell what kind of structures are being used. I mean, I kind of see multiple things. It's like the undersides of multiple objects, like fireplaces. Like maybe two of them, something like that. I mean, here we obviously see the obvious stove work that's being done here. A bunch of gauges. Oh, sorry, gauges being set up. Piping is even coming out of here. They wanted to, they were just like, okay, never mind that it's sticking out. We'll just like do that instead of flipping it the other way. Then you have, can't tell exactly what structure is being used there, but what looks like maybe barrels. But you also have this illumination happening here. We can see this kind of flickering here. I'm not familiar with that. That's new. So you have like this cool kind of electric stove action that's going on. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty impressive. It's a simple shape, but I like how that happens to come together. You have your candle holder pans, some more of this work that's being done here with the cabinets, filled out sink, stuff that's ready for drying. How come they're not drying it? Gosh. And then nice little touch, upside down mugs. At least some of them are upside down with respect to making sure when you're storing stuff that you keep them dry. And I just noticed this here. Check it out. Wow. That's a lot of curved platforms. So it's a bunch of curved platforms that are being set up as the vent, plus some overhead lighting. That's pretty sick. Oh, and then also you have like, okay, yeah, okay, those are the stairs plus supports. That's very cute. Good little detail there. Some windows there on the side. And then notice here, like you have like the shelf work that's being done here. Then here are just like some hanging shelves that are being used. These are just normal shelves. They just suspend them up in the air. And then here are the like the wooden beams or whatnot to help, or the wooden frame to help hold it up. So it's the plywood glass. Oh, so is this the bottom of the? Wow, that's pretty smart. That's really cool. So it's the fire bottles. That's sick. Yeah, that's really smart. I haven't seen that done before. And then over here, you have your kind of floating bar. You know, shelf work once again using these tables. Big old granites, white granite tabletops. And notice how it's like, it's a little bit uneven, but it's with respect to our legs, to save our legs, so we can actually have a place to like tuck our feet in when we're enjoying some coffees. Right on. Right on. So we're going to go under the stairs and into this room next. And we have this little tiny bathroom. Boop. How do we sit? We're hanging off. Hanging off a little bit, but you know, it's okay. Very cool bathroom setup though. A little bit of functionality there. And just a beam to like set things up. Right on. Here's our deluxe vanity. Very nice. Complete with soaps and little not, I was going to say condiments. We have our soaps. We have our products. We're good to go. It's a special Torin bathroom. Ah, right on. Now, is it tall enough? You know, I guess Torin would be tall enough to like hang out in here for sure. They might be, they might need to be careful that they don't hit their head on the top of them stairs there. Just to be a little careful. And these look like little secret shelves too. So here we have a washroom. We have a washroom. Very nice. Okay, very good. Very good use of, oh, I'm not sure what this object is here. That's not the Eye of Acarus, is it? Because there's something here that's being used as the glass cover here. But otherwise, very inventive. You have like these back shelves here, what looks like benches there to act as the act as like buttons. You have gauges. You have like another beam there to create like that illusion of a door. Yeah, that's neat. That's neat. And then what's on this side? We have a pantry area, coffee roaster, storage for like extra dishes and mugs, and you know, a little bit of food prep as well. Very cool. Yeah, again, very good use of like the available space. It's like, yo, empty space here. I'm going to use it for something. So, okay, there's going to be some to explore up there. So I think we'll go through here first because this will take us to, this will be kind of a dead end because we're being led outside past the curved stuff here. We have this cool treehouse kind of set up back there. Lots of greens. Check it out. Lots of greens around the side to give us this proper illusion. You know, it kind of feels like we're in this like higher elevation because we're not seeing anything out in like the distance. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. Still very cool though. We have some star stuffs on the that are out shining. Very cute. Really well dressed exit into the skybox room. Has that whole complete look, right? Right back. Head clear the nose again. All right, so let's explore this treehouse kind of setup here, and then we'll come back down and check out the other spots that's they set up here too. Hello to the gnome. I'm reminded of just how stubby they are. They're basically a head with like legs and arms for ears. That's very disturbing. That's what they are. So it's less treehouse and more like puppy hangout spot. So here's where we can hang out, right? Boop. I'll have a seat. We'll enjoy the view along with puppy. Have some coffee. Enjoy a book. And just like, have some good vibes out here. Nice simple view from up top. Nothing doesn't need to be like crazy. Just needs to, capture this kind of relaxing vibe. And I think that works. I think that works out really well. All right. So we'll climb down. Yeah, notice how they're using the Niffin arch as like the top of that. Now over here, this deluxe hammock. Oh boy. Check out the size of this thing, dude. Dude, it's a yeah, huge space. Huge space to like hang out, lay down, swing a little bit, enjoy some drinks and wines and what have you. That's sick. That's really good. And then under the treehouse spots is another place to sit. Check out the chair work here. Sit, enjoy some snacks. It's crazy the art style of the Herondar stuff. Really, really pretty. I think this is Herondar stuff. Or this is like the gnome, the shop stuff. But even then, like here's some of the Endeavor stuff that we have here. Looks really good. It really shows the contrast between like the art styles that you see throughout Warcraft in its whole history. Some things are, they look really like low poly, but they have that classic look. Other things, it's like, wow, this looks like it's watercolored and all that. Now here's like a cool hangout spot. Now this is a chill spot. This is a really good vibe. You're sitting here with friends, you're having snacks, you're chilling, you're talking about who has the highest DPS. Going through that. Very cool. Very, very cool. And again, it's a nice simple setup. Like being able to capture something that makes you feel like, ooh, that'd be really cool to be there. The bar to set that up, it's lower than you think. Sometimes it just takes all it takes is like a nice, attractive little setup to be like, oh, that seems very inviting. Really creative use, by the way, of the Niffin arches. So notice how you have like one arch here, and then it kisses another one here. You have like some of the hostas to help avoid the clip, and then it just kind of goes around to create that sort of look right there. Simple. Boom. Yeah, very clean. Very clean. I like what they did there. So I think we're ready to head back inside. So we saw this stuff. I think we're about to do the climb, right? I think we're about to do the climb because we've gone to the end of this big old hallway, seen all the rooms, plus the crazy fridge and the outside. So now we're climbing. Oh, check out the library that they set up here. I forget exactly which kind of bookshelf this is. But I like the overuse of it here. We saw a house earlier where they did a lot of kit bashing with this particular shelf to make like this very grand like bedroom of sorts. But then here it is as just like shelves. Boom, 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 shelves, 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 shelves. This is from Ironforge. Thank you. But yeah, so seeing it depicted like this works out pretty decently. Now we do have like the studs that kind of come out like this, and you can't. It's hard to take something like that and like let it clip and make it look clean. Like so, having it set just like this, I think that works out. I think that works out. It actually has this sort of like this cluttered look to it, but it feels like it's in character. It doesn't feel wrong. of any sorts. But yeah, otherwise the shelves are like filled the heck out. All sorts of little treasures that they've collected over time. Chess pieces and books and scrolls and what have you. All to enjoy. Now as we're up here though, we have places to like lay down and read, vibe, have a bit of a smoke, enjoy some of the sights and smells and sounds. Here we can sit with other folks and talk smack about how this book is so much better than the movie. Oh my god. Gosh. While enjoying some other visual candy like the paintings, like some of the cool colors that we're seeing around here. Now, since we're up here, now we can admire some of the roof work that's happening. So notice here, you have the generic ceiling that's right up here, but also we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 walls that are set up, lined up here to create this slanted roof sort of spot, with the beams here as the trims. Lights coming down from the outside there. Actually, we do have. It's a little hard to tell. I think the windows are actually facing out, and then there's like blue rugs behind that, and then we have lights coming in. Yeah, so we do have what appear to probably be Mechagon lights that are shining down from up top. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And then this wall section here, it kind of gives that whole idea of, okay, it's sort of closing itself off. I mean, it's definitely doing it here. Like, check out the look of this particular spot. You know, a number of these Niffen windows that are kind of being used, not exactly as windows, but more like kind of like lamps of sorts. Actually, no, not Niffen. They're Herondar. It's Herondar decor. Yeah, that's really cool. I really like how these come together. I remember I was a big skeptic about it, but then like for folks who are like who want to make like this really natural look, I think the Herondar stuff looks great. All right. So let's go through these doors here with a really thick frame. 1, 2, 3. We have a bunch of beams that are setting up, that are kind of leading us in. And then, oh, now we are definitely in Herondar. Oh, geez. We're definitely in Herondar territory. This house belongs to a Mechanome hunter and a Herondar druid. So that shows. Yeah, I'm really starting to like how these come together. From the trellis right over there to like the different heck, this is actually just a rough bench right there. Yeah. Yeah, the way that these all come together look really cool. So like here's an example of like the Heronir sconces that we're seeing. So they do provide like some light, but it's more like just, ooh, check out the pretty butterflies that are hanging off of these. Very cool. Let's check out the bed area. Now I believe this is a shop thing. I'm trying to remember if there is an actual like Heronir trellis or if it's just something that comes from the shop. Because we have seen a number of things like the eggs here. We saw a gnome somewhere around here. Oh, but check this out. So I think this is a lot of things actually. This is the Niffen arch. This is a drape. And then these are a bunch of like Heronir leaf kind of things. Are they chairs or something? Yeah, it's a lot of somethings. But I really like, but I think these are like multiples of like the same things. And then you have like this whole, that's sick. That's really sick, dude. Yeah, I like this bed. The kit bashing on here is legit. But and once again, you have like these large shapes, fairly simple. And but there are a bunch of them. But yeah, I like the effect that's being made there. That's really cool. Yeah, lots of stuff thrown down here. So it's a lush garden shop. Oh, got it. Okay. Neat. And then back here through the shroud. Oh. We have this cool little bathtub that we gotta really like jump into. At least that's how I'm kind of looking at it. And then, we sit, we do our thing. Let's admire the stuff that's around here. So, bathroom is right over there. More of the trellis work, overhead lighting, vanity and everything. Painting. Very cute. So, we climb down. Here's our vanity. Wash up door thing. Some cool fountain work happening here on top of this here near large, this embiggened here near desk or table. Vanity's right there. Here's the loo. Boop. Dangling just a little bit. It's all good. Really pretty. Yeah, I like the theming of this here because we're seeing more of like these kind of like newer greens that we haven't seen much of before. So being able to see this all come together for the first time, one of the first early times, is a real treat. All right. So let me see what I have missed so far. Let's see. So we're climbing down. This big old stairwell room. Oh yeah, actually, I think I have seen everything. No secrets, they said. Yeah, did I miss anything? That is everything. Awesome. Really cool setup. Really cool setup. And it starts off as the layouts feel simple because it's like, okay, start there, we go all the way down. And then from here, you just kind of like start going, boom, I want that there. Boom, I'll have that there. And then you start like expanding out. So really cool setup. Really nice. Thanks for showing us. Or thanks for inviting us. How about that? There's like this spider that's like kind of crawling around up top. I gotta find something to like slap that thing down. I swear. All right, so we got one more place to go to today, and that is Styx's place. Over at 52. All right. So I have no idea how I'm going to feel tomorrow. There is a non-zero chance that I might cancel stream tomorrow, which is going to suck because that'll kind of put me behind on visits. But keep an eye on the Discord channel, mostly for announcements on that, and I'll let folks know if I'm going to end up delaying visits, which really sucks. But also, I forgot to do it. I'm going to open up the queue for more visits. This time I'm probably going to do another 10 instead of 15. Do, 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 do. Ooh, not that many. Okay, so we're adding 10. Boom. All right. So now we have space. Yay. Okay, can I get that spider? Hold on. Yeah, let me see if I can get it. Just gotta like. Got it. Nice. just a little trivia. I get spider bites kind of a lot here, so I am not very I'm not very forgiving of like little creatures. Yeah, they'll get you get annihilated in this house. Sorry. All right, this is Styx's place. We're over at Razorwind, and we have before us a true spire, blood elf spire. Now it is dressed quite a bit with like trees and what have you. So let's go down this path here and start exploring. So I think there's the boss. I think that is the boss of the house that's right up ahead. So we're going right through here. We have a fantastically large statue right over here. Actually, it's more like a gravestone, perhaps. So a little bit of a memoriam over there. Hello to the boss. And let's check out what's going on here. We have one boar guard. That's right here on the side. We'll go down through this trellis here and admire some of the fountainry that's being done here. Rocks, rocks, rocks. Couple of fountains that are infused in. We have this Miss Murgle here who is trashed. Dude, check her out. She's just gonna vibe on the rock. It's like, yo, I'm tired, man. I'm just gonna chill here and, snooze. Cool fountain work though. Nice and simple. Nothing that's trying to go too crazy or take away from too much of our attention. But then through here, along with the path and along with the greens, they're leading us right into the house. Notice here on the sides we have barrels and some more of my favorite flowers inside those. And let's see what's going on over here too. A little bit of activity. Some leaves that are being raked up, loaded into that wagon there. Some greens around the side. I'm noticing these posts here. I think these are meant for like references to the boss here to just kind of make sure, okay, where's the, where are the barriers at? Yeah, I think that's what's being done here. They're just kind of like drawing that for us. Oh, look at it. Even the Torn's like, oh my god, this place is awesome. That is a person. Okay, yeah, that is. I thought that might have been like some player for all we know. All right. It's a very well dressed outside spot. Now let's go inside and see what we get. Now the way they're describing this very simply, Hunter's Lodge, straight up. Hunter's Lodge. So I expect to see lots of like dead animals and maybe some other like animal appreciation, but well, of the dead kind. So we walk in. A side door actually. So we're running through a side door. Saddle right on the side to act as I accidentally clicked on that. I thought I was gonna sit on the saddle, but I was definitely fooled. That did not work out the way that I wanted to. But then we saw as soon as we go in, we have we're invited through the side door. We had what I believe like some rugs on the side of us. They're like kind of like to our right. Yeah. As we come in, we're not even invited to like lay our weapons down, so we can come in fully armed if we wanted to. But we go into like this kind of small room, and we have this view of the outside. Oh, and a big old Miss Murgle's like, hello. It's like this shot makes her look creepy, but just goofy at the same time. Or it's creepy, but not doing a good job of it. It's just for a comedic effect. Hello. So, from this T-shaped room, we're invited to go in a couple of different directions. We're invited to climb. We're invited to explore deeper. We'll go this way first. Let's see what we have here. So first off, kind of an eating spot. No kitchen yet, but definitely an eating spot. So we're served here. A couple of guests are here, but we do have a boss at the table, right? They get the nice chair. Everyone else just gets kind of, whatever. But they all eat equally for the most part. They're all having like this grand meal. We're enjoying ourselves. We're vibing. It's a hunter lodge, so it's made to invite folks in, like-minded folks who love dead animals. And Miss another Miss Murgle's like just kind of just kind of peeking in like a total goofball. You're right. It is a vegetarian meal. Very interesting thing to point out. So we'll see what that happens to mean. Check out the clock right up there. So in this case, oh, you know what? I think this is like either the top of a table or the bottom of something else. This actually might be a table. I'm not sure anymore. I've seen something like this just earlier. So yeah, so it's a little hard to tell, but we do have the posts there for the minute and hour hands. But now we're going to the kitchen though. Inside this kitchen, what do we got? The full spread, including giant wine. Big old thing of wine, cutting tables, prep tables. Of course, we have a coffee station. Check out this little kit bash stove we have here. A couple of platforms. We have the Mechagon table right in the back, some gauges and whatnot. Let's open this up. We got some meat going right out top. Okay, that's kind of dangerous because that's a wooden trellis. So it's being depicted as not so wooden, but that's it's all good. I just like making fun. But then check out the work here. Right up top, we have a nice clean setup of the Pandoran walls, just kind of kissed together to create the grill. More of the tables here. And what have we got cooking here? Chaos. Nice. Anyone who drinks this is totally dead. That's pretty sweet. We do have some dumplings in the back. I'd rather have that. That's cool. This stuff, not so much. This stuff, yeah, absolutely. And then we have a nice little overhead lighting by using the filigree light. We have a wooden style fridge. Don't often see that style. Usually those cost a whole heck of a lot more, aside from just like, good old, metal or what have you. But then check out this spot here. So let me kind of like pan back a little bit. Here we go. So check out the theming here. Nice and green. We have some elven table stuff up top. And again, we have like this green and yellow theme that we're working on here. So from there, we also have the razorwood tables, as well as the windows, the tops. They all have like that sort of matching color to keep with a certain theme. Yeah, I like the way that this all comes together. Big old earthen table up top for like the upper dressing kind of thing. That's neat. Dry pantry has like some stuff going on. We have like another goofball that's kind of peeking in. This one's kind of scary for a change. Sink work is happening. Stuff is just waiting to be dried. Everything else has been washed and stored and otherwise ready to go for another day of shenanigans. And a little bit of coffee is being warmed up. Or kept warm, I should say. Right back here, we have a continuation of the pantry. Fruitsies and roasting. Barrels of unknown stuff. And a little bit of storage up top, too. Cool. So that is the kitchen area. This is the eating area, right? And we'll go through there in just a second. I just want to jog my memory real quick. So I went through here. This is the entrance, and that's the climb. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go this way. So now what do we have? Crossing this odd-looking leather rug into what is curiously this kind of platformed area. It's kind of interesting how they skinned that. So here we have here we're outside, actually. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so that's why. So this crosses through. So now we're outside. We have this kind of like this extended porch area Oh, actually, no. We can just call this still being inside. So this porch area, and we can get a view of what's going on outside. So there's like boundaries. We can see walls over there. We can see there's like another structure out there as well. It's pretty crazy. We're all hanging out here. Box of greens on the side. Drinks. So it's like we're like ready to go. Oh, check this out. Oh, that's good. That's good. So walls set up on the side. And then we have this nice overhead look. That's sick. That is sick. Really good. Really good. Is that a creature up there? No, those are just greens. I thought there'd be like a murloc. Another one that's like peeking and like, hey, check it out. That's good, dude. So I just want to kind of remind myself. So as we're going out here, notice how it how it lights up a bit. Yeah, especially under the moonlight. That works out really good. I enjoy that look. So we're here, we're done smoking, we're relaxed, we're inebriated a little bit, and now we're invited outside. Notice how we're still walking on like some stone steps here. We're invited to like go outside if we wanted to. But let's check out what we have here. Very cool. Oh wow, and what's cool is that we can look at what's inside there too. That's neat. That's very neat. So as we're out here, I'm going to zoom out and just kind of get a whole like capture of like what's going on here. Oh, that's neat. So we have like the whole structure here. It looks like a barn from out here. That's sick. Then we have like the water that has the whole spread all around through here. Oh, and it stops here too. Okay, so we have like this kind of like pond happening here. It just starts here, this modest little thing that goes all the way across. And then we have a structure up there that we'll check out in just a bit. So we have kind of a fountain hot tub going on here. Probably more fountain than hot tub, unless you really want to like take a dip. You really, really, really want to get that experience in. But now let's climb up this enlarged earthen table set. So I like this. I like the way that this is shaped because it's a very subtle climb. There are other places that I've seen where they have like very well, I mean, it's okay if you have like the curvature be a lot more pronounced. Here, a lot more subtle, you know. So with something like this, you have a much more gradual ascension and descent. And the trellises, they still do a good job, even though they're different. It creates this sort of like contrasting, well, not contrast. It makes this complementary like rail of sorts. Yeah, so that still works out really well. Notice how there are candles all around here to give some illumination to the spot, but also give a little bit more personality to the water. You know, you also have like not just like a little bit of animation there. You have like some floating greens, some flowers that are just kind of like, you know, wandering the space, make it look good. Greens are all around the top too to help fill things out. Now let's go inside and see what we got. So we climb in, nice tight little spots, a little bit of a storage area or what have you. Place to like sit, relax, and otherwise, if we want to explore some more, we can climb up to the observation deck. And what are we looking for? Aminals. Obviously, it's a hunter lodge, so we're looking for like things to like take out. Unless the hunting is for people. Perhaps we're hunting people below. Look, the game is coming out. They come out, pop, 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 boom. Messed up, man. Actually, no, that won't be such a good idea because if they're out here, people can see from inside. Oh, dude, there's like a dude coming here. So you know what? This might be a darker place than we think. It's probably not, but I'm making it up. Perhaps the hunt is for people. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, no secrets back here, but, you know, it would have been kind of funny to see something like that. Yeah, so it's like the murlocs that we saw, maybe they're the ones who are just like observing and they're watching people like hunt each other. Or Miss Murgle is the hunter. Yes. Yes, perhaps that could be it. And now we're just running around like rats. Helpless rats. I think it's not, but that'd be kind of fun. All right, so we're going to retreat. We're going to go back inside. And then we're going to return and go in the other direction that we missed, which I believe should be that way. Okay, I think we've explored everything in this direction. So now off to this direction we go and into this this stairwell room. So here, notice the rare use. And after like 500 some visits, it's still rare for us to see the rugged stair climb. It's usually Silvermoon stuff, or okay, it's more often than not, it's folk stuff or human stuff. Sometimes Silvermoon. Very seldom is it the rugged, like the orc look. But what do we have here? Nice spread of booksies. Booksies, places to sit. You know, very effective. Doesn't need to have that whole lived in, or it doesn't have this whole lived in look to it, but it's still being presented as like this, very much like a video game shot rather than trying to be this sort of like immersive lived in shot. Instead, it's almost like we're in a dungeon and we're going through. Never seen the orc stairway before. See see what I mean? But it's still cool though. It's cool. It's natural. Look, I usually love the rough look of stairways and whatnot, and everything that you see from like the rough style of decor. Now top here, now we're seeing some trophies. We're seeing some dead dragon stuff. Kind of finally, like I said, it's kind of suspicious that we're not seeing as much of like the Huntery Lodge stuff that I would expect, like big trophies and whatnot. But you never know. We're not done yet. If anything, we've seen more books so far. So as we get to the top here, now we enter what appears to be kind of like this, this open office floor. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. We have some research going on in each of these corners. Places to relax. Now let's check out. Okay, we have this little cat tree or a cat playground with a little throne being set up as it gets to the top, but it's okay because Puppy gets pets. Oh, Puppy gets pets. I obviously have some favor one over the other. But for now, let's sit, enjoy a book, a brew. Let's see what's on TV. Heck yeah. We got what looks to be a functioning TV, complete with like buttons, kind of a power button right over there. But surrounding it, little fixings, little bits of decor, celebrations of things that they got from going to a website and punching in codes. Or no big deal. No big deal at all. And then I thought this was an office spot, maybe not so much. It's more like just kind of a loungy area, like most of this place is. Now we enter like this grand bedroom. Complete. Okay. Okay, I'm took by this. We got Miss Murgle slippers. That's sick. Okay, this is the first time I've seen something like this being used. That's very cute. Very, very cute. Boop. I dig that. I dig that a lot. And now check out this very unsafe bed. And I call it unsafe because of the big wooden trim here, which is cool. But like if you have like some sort of accident or whatnot, you're going to get messed up by the framing of this bed. That can mess you up really, really bad. But it otherwise looks really cool. Because you have like the normal bed, it's just skinned with a bunch of beams on the side and in the corners to create this like closed off look. You have your nightstand, it's all full. You have this fountain here that's mostly for sound, I think, but makes it sound really cool if you're in a spot like that. Workspace, and now notice they have like a lot of space here to like exercise, run in circles, kind of like do your own like personal monologue and whatnot. I'm gonna go out there in a bit. I'm gonna guess that this might be a bathroom of sorts. Yep. A very cool bathroom setup. So notice here, oh wow. Ooh, they made this fancy. So check it out. We got we got an MP3 player right over there. Um, or a sound bar, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, really, really grand bathtub they set up here. Check it out, dude. So you have like curved, you have curved platforms, and then beam, 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 beam. Not platforms. They actually no, never mind. They are platforms. So several platforms that are set up here as you climb in boop, to this semi-natural tub. Semi-natural. It's wood, but you also have like fountain work going on here. You know what I mean? It's a cool vibe though. Love the color work on this. Very warm, very inviting, very dark. So it has like this whole like spa kind of feel. Okay, this is the first time I've seen this. We have a scale. Okay. That's a nice little touch. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Right back here, you got your vanity, complete with products. You have your working sink and vanity mirror. You have Zalatath looking in from the window. We've seen a lot of repeats of this. We've seen creepy things looking in from the outside. Hasn't changed. Has not changed. All right. Right here we got our seat. Our golden seat, I should add. We sit fantastic. All right. We got our flushies. We got our teepee. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Love the bathtub. Love the bathtub. That's sick. The scale, interesting choice to put in. But I love the slippers. Love the slippers. Now we're doing this climb here. And well, let's see what this takes us. So now we're going outside again. Very nice. And we have like these open windows. That's cool. Haven't seen this really being used yet. But we come out and, we're limited to this spot here. Yeah, so we just have like, here's the outside of the house. It has the look of being like kind of one wing of a tower of sorts, which is very cute. And we enjoy some tea. It's tea time, baby. Let's hang. Is there anything out there though? Probably not. Let's zoom out. Yeah, so all we have here is like just the illusion of us being outside for a pleasant drink. That's cool. That's cool. And there's my favorite flower again. All right. So that was the bathroom. The bathroom. Here's the bedroom. And I think we're going this way now. Yeah, so I went through there first for a change. So now we're at more public spots, all right? Now we're at a vibey spot. And what do we have here? Big old bar. We have this effigy acting as an NPC ready to feed us. What do we got? We got bread and cheese and wines and stuff. We got more in the back. We got more we can just grab right off the shelf. Boom. Gaming stuff. What are we doing? Gambling. Hearthstone. Gambling. Of sorts. Across here we have like places to like chill and hang out. We got this grand pool table. Okay, very different. So we're seeing a different sort of table that's being used for this spot. I'm actually not familiar with a table that has this sort of trim on the corners there. Yeah, is this like a cool Tyrion kind of thing? A Holland home table. Thank you. Okay. But in this case, it's being repurposed as a grand pool table. A couple of rugs to set up the skins here, beams for the sides, dyed barrels for the holes, and what are usually cushions. Nope, not cushions in this case. These are the tops of fence posts. There you go. Took a while to get that word in mind. Bunch of fence posts that are being used there. So now, oh, we have another climb ahead of us. Interesting. So now we continue kind of the gaming. Oh, it's an arcade. Check it out. Okay, this is a cool hangout spot. I mean, this was listed as a hunter's lodge, but I'm seeing lots of like hangout spots here. So here we have a slot machine. There we go. Slot machine. We got two Dalorans, but an Erator. Damn it, an Erator. Of all things. So we're denied the good money there. We have another slot machine. In this case, I think like the grand prize is if we happen to get 3 Miss Murgles in a row, which would be really tough because it's like not only is there like you know, you have to get Miss Murgles, there's like 4 or 5 variations of colors from them. So that'd be kind of tough. We got some tabletop tennis right over here. Very cool. We have a not an axe, but a hammer throwing contest. Now that's tough. That's tough because you're trying to get a hammer to stick to the wall. So you need to be exceptional at your craft if you want to get this. Wow. And suspiciously enough, there's a chair for a person to sit right over there. That is incredibly dangerous. Because like, you know, what if you mess up? You're like, oh, and then you're off your game. That dude's dead. Right up here, we have fortune telling with Miss Murgle. It's like, yo, what do you see ahead? And she's gonna say, you're gonna get another cape in your vault. You're like, no, not that, anything but that. That's terrible. Terrible. I'll be right back. Sure. Okay. So now we're gonna do the climb. Not only a cape, but not one. It's not just. It's gonna have bad stats. Bad stats. No. Okay, so we're doing the climb here. And now, at the upper level of this game room, we have an exhibit of some sort. A captured Eye of Acarus. For what purpose? Not too sure. So it's kind of a calmer spot for a gaming room. But we are in a stairwell room, so we're kind of invited to see more, right? Yep, there's more over there. I have a feeling we'll go there later. Just a guess, though. And arts and crafty stuff can be happening here. All right, so we got AI doing its work. It's finishing up on a painting. Terrible, because oh my god, how dare you use generative arcane intelligence to get this? All right, and now, oh, we have kind of an indoor-outdoor spot. You know, we're in the gym, right? We got volleyball going on here, and very clever use of a net. Over in Azeroth, we have wooden nets. So it's like if you, yeah, you'll just get your face smashed in. Trent. The ball hits the net, it just bounces right back at you. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And then we got our basketball court. Sick. That's cool. Really clever use of the of the arcane glyphs here to make that effect. That's sick. That's pretty damn smart. I approve. I approve. I mean, I'm sure we can make a very extensive looking like a gym-like structure. But I love the depiction here. Nice and simple, totally gets the effect. Kind of sticks to a sort of Warcraft flavor. All right, the cushion balls are great. You see that often when whenever we would see pool tables. Pool tables would often use that effect. The one that we have in this house, though, that one happens to use the top of certain fence posts to make that effect. But now that we've seen this more or less kind of like fun Hunter Lodge, I'm kind of curious what's going to be behind this secret door. We have, well, we have weapons for one thing. Weapons, plans, treasures, loot is one of the overarching themes that I would typically expect from a Hunter's Lodge. But in this case, it was just more like definitely like a hangout spot. And then right through this, oh, we're still outside again. Holy cow. So a third outdoor room. And what? Okay, what is this? We have a gun. We have a giant gun. Oh, dude, we got artillery. That's sick. Okay, now we're hunting. Okay, this is big game hunting. Wow. Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool. So we've got like, so Reptar's got this huge cannon going, and they're taking down, what are they taking down? They're taking, oh God, they're taking down Miss Murgles? Of all things, you're using like these huge cannons to take down Murgles? But they're invading though, so they're, yeah. This is a winged Murgle. Oh, I'm sorry, a caped Murgle. All right, so some craziness is happening on this spot too. Oh, check out Puppy. Check out Puppy Cannon. Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. Yeah, so I'm convinced now that the plushies are the hunters, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. They're the ones who are defending us. We're just the civilians, right? And these are the ones doing fighting. I mean, if this one's a super Murgle, this one's super not. This one just got, this one was given delusions. Like here's like Hero Murgle. And she's like, yeah, Miss Murgle. Someday you too can be like me. Fight by my side. And like, we'll get this. And she's like, yeah, let's go. And so Miss Murgle's like, all right, you go in front and distract him, and then I'll do whatever. Don't worry, dude, I got your back. And she's like, yeah, let's go. Boom. And then she's like, oh, snap. Ooh, I don't know, man. Ooh, I think I'll just hang out back here and let the dragons do the work. Oh, but then they're not the only one. Oh, dude, check it out. There's another Super Murgle right back there. I'm trying to get the angles right here. Oh, check that out. Oh, look at that. Evasive maneuvers and all that. All right. So you never know. We don't know what's happening. There's something up top. Oh, I see like one. Okay, there's a filigree light back there, but I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to depict. Oh, no. Oh, there's one more cannon. Lion cannon. Heck yeah, dude. Nice. So Hunter Lodge. Quote. Hunter Lodge. Interesting. It's a very interesting setup that they have here. Let me do a quick jog, make sure that we've seen everything. And I think I have. Above the doorway, you said? Oh, no, we got that. Okay. I think that's just a stream delay. So let's double check. Yeah, here was like the other spot. There was the room. That was the way down. I think we have seen everything. Yay. All right. I am not sure if I will be able to stream tomorrow. So I'm pretty tapped out. I'm pretty tapped out. I feel bad. I was like stepping away a bunch of times to like blow my nose and all that stuff. And um, I'm not sure if all my talking today is gonna wear me out for tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna get some rest and all that. I still need to run out and get some soup and all that for today. But yeah, thanks guys for putting up with this and all that. But I really appreciate folks that have come by to like, of course, hang out and enjoy Murloc slippers and some of the other cool places that we've seen. If I'm not feeling like at least 75%, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm cool. I'm probably just gonna take the day off from streaming. And then I'll push visits back a little bit. I'll feel bad, but I wanna, like I said, I don't want to do bad visits because I'm sick and like force it out. That would be really shitty of me. So off I go. You guys have a fantastic rest of the day, and I'll see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay